everything. Yay, here we are. Okay, so are we ready?
I'm all set.
I
Yep.
think so.
Think so.
Yep.
Your first time with me, and we're gonna do something different. Normally, we would start right here on this nice main screen with your huffing bar in the background. But, see, we need to take a little detour into the past first. And we need to really get some good feeling for a particular event that occurred. So we're going to start out as the Gray Strife Band. And if you will go into your journals, you should, under EB-05, there should be a subfolder called Gray Strife Band. And
Yep.
each of you will get to choose a character to play in this little flashback cutscene. Two of the characters of note, Okazo, the male drow, is the local guide for the band, although has really become part of the band. Started out as the local guide, but this is a friendly bunch and really became part of it. And Cardinal, the female shifter, is somewhat the unofficial leader of the band. So feel free to take a quick look through these and choose who wants to play which character. There's the bio information, tells a little bit about each character and their motivations, and the character sheet is all set up for what they can do.
I guess since both are female half-elves and have something to do with Morgrave University, I will choose Dariel.
Okay. Oh, I really should get like a little whiteboard here to tell me who's playing whom. Okay, so Dariel is being played by, who was that again?
That was Faye.
Okay.
Angus or Dave just kind of dove on the opportunity to play a goblin. So
And that is Onag, isn't it?
yeah.
Okay.
Amos Glenn will play 9, the Warforged.
Okay.
I guess Brandy Tom can play Borum the Halfling. Haven't played a Halfling in a while.
And I'll play Cardinal. Billy Cardinal.
So what does that leave me?
Well, it leaves you a choice of, let's see, it leaves you a choice of Okazo or Toba. That's the male drow, or Toba's a female dwarf, I think. Let me see.
I'll live a little different and go with the male drow, Okazo.
Okay. So everybody remember who you are. And I have some terrible news. That means that Toba, since nobody's playing Toba, Toba must have died in the jungle before you got here.
Or Toba.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Rip Toba.
Oh, that was horrible.
I know, and I didn't give you any warning of that either. Wanted to save it for a surprise. Okay, so looking at the bio, why don't each of you introduce yourselves to each other? And actually, you know what? These characters probably are available in the choices in the chat window under the drop-down.
They are.
Yeah, so you can select those. Perfect. That will help us keep each other straight, or keep ourselves straight, or something. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna third person introduce Nine. Nine is a Warforged fighter who reported to Borum during the last war. Nine needs coin for maintenance and has a large steel helmet fin. Nine is malfunctioning slightly and often narrates battles in the third person as they occur.
That's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's funny.
Let's go with Boram
who's
next.
Yeah.
Borum is a former captain in the last war who defended the Talenta Plains. You may know that the Talenta Plains halflings are famous for riding around on dinosaurs. He has tan skin, black hair, wears a dinosaur mask, covers the lower half of his face. His motivation is to earn coin for his family. He's very boastful. And I would say even more so with a few cups in him. Why not?
Okay, how about Dariel?
Darnell is a proud citizen of Sharn and hosts the weekly community meals in Middle Memphis for the Smoky Towers district. She is on an assignment for Morgrave University. She has blonde hair and green eyes and has fallen in love with Okazo. Interesting.
Ooh.
Her motivation is coin and her loyalty is to her community. Onag and Darel are both secretly worshippers of the Traveler, one of the Dark Six.
Shh, it's a secret.
It's a secret.
Oops.
So, Onag.
So Onag worked for House Deneath during the last war as a mercenary. She has dark green skin with yellow eyes and an obsession with body piercings. She's incredibly loyal to Cardinal and considers her as a best friend. Her motivation is coin, and she often cracks jokes when she's nervous. Oh, and then there's this whole secret worshipper thing that we shall not even speak of.
So our leader, Cardinal.
Cardinal is she's a shifter that looks similar to a white tiger. She has a strong devotion of the sovereign host, and you all know she is an unofficial leader of everyone. She learned about the crystal skull and put together the expedition in Sharn, hiring Okazo as a guide when they arrived in Stormreach. Her motivation is knowledge, and she can seem aloof when she's thinking.
Like any feline, of course. And that brings us to our native guide, Okazo.
Alrighty. Okazo turned away from the Sulatar and moved to Stormreach to work as a guide. He has dark blue skin and wears his white hair in beaded dreadlocks. Cardinal hired him to navigate Zendrick for Greystrife. He's in love with Darel, and it probably had nothing to do with the hiring process whatsoever, and wants to move to Sharn. His motivation is love, and his mannerisms are tense and protective, and as he always expects danger.
This is what one always expects from the drow, right?
Yes.
Did you add to that, or was that all?
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta make these characters your own, right?
No, that was good. I wasn't even sure.
Okay. So, two things of note here. If a member of Greystrife drops to 0 hit points, they die immediately, just like an NPC. And the other thing is, they cannot use hero points. This cutscene is back in the past before there were hero points, so.
Memories and figments can't use hero points, obviously.
Exactly.
This is season -1.
Precisely. So we are on the continent of Zendrick, far south of Corvair. And this continent is unforgiving, cursed by the sovereigns and six. It's a land warped by magic and cannot be mapped. And while all of you are here for gold, you've discovered and found family too. This is actually a pretty close-knit band. You guys get along pretty well. You have the benefit of your native guide, Okazo, who's become a dear friend and a member of the party. Under Cardinal's direction, you've set out from the relative safety of Stormreach to find this crystal skull that she mentioned, that's rumored to have power to raise the dead, so there might be hope for Toba yet, right?
That's why we're going.
After many days of traveling together, Cardinal had a vision that led you to a ruined temple in the jungle. Yesterday, you fought through a nest of phase spiders. After a night of keeping watch to rest up and heal up, you're ready for the next challenge in the former sanctuary. So you're uneasy, though, because during the last watch, 9 heard voices from the tunnels above. It is time to move quickly. And we don't really need initiative quite yet, so I'm going to clear that back out again. So, you are inside the ruined temple. You came down the stairway over here to the left. That would be west. To the west. And sheltered here in this corridor area overnight. Now wait before you go too far. So you did put some torches up on the walls in order to light the corridor while you kept watch. But you really haven't ventured any farther than this yet. And you are far enough down that no light from the surface penetrates this far down into the temple. The air is surprisingly fresh, though. There is enough flow through so that you can breathe just fine, and you've been reasonably comfortable, even though there's been this occasional sound of pebbles falling, or the moaning of the wind going through, and the light, cool breeze. So you're a little on edge, but it's not too bad. Before you set out here, though, and like I said, you just completed a long rest, so you're all set here. But before you move further, I need to know what you're using for light. Oh, and I need to remove Toba, don't I? Poof. Toba's gone. No more Toba. Okay, what are you using for light?
Not? Or do we still have someone needs light?
Torches, I guess.
Yeah, well,
Unless somebody's got something better.
Yeah, check the vision on your thing. Okay, so Cardinal's got dark vision. Excellent.
Does
I don't
nine
remember
have
if
an
halflings
integrated
have that or not.
headlight or something like that?
Well, you can check your
I don't know a lot
inventory.
about Warforged.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome for a Warforged.
I'd
The artificers
halflings
ought to
have
get
that.
on that, right?
Yeah.
That's why we have
I don't
artificers.
see an inventory for what it's worth. But you might have been facetious, so I'll carry a torch.
Yeah.
That's true. NPCs don't. Okay, who's carrying a torch? So I make sure I put that on their tokens.
I can cast light on 9 on his
The fin
weapon.
on her helm.
There you go. We'll do that.
Oh, that'd be
Okay.
nice.
Remind me of that. It's bright light for 20 and low light for 20 past that.
For an hour.
Okay. So 9 should have
Does
more
anyone
light.
else need that?
Let me double check. Yep, moving 9, I see the light. So yes, 9 has light.
Yeah, whatever my name is, Borum would need light also, but as long as I'm, close to 9, that'll work.
Yep, I can cast it on that scimitar you've got there too.
Yeah.
Can you cast
You
it
can
on
only cast
2?
it one at a time, no. No.
Doesn't
I
seem
think,
to be
yeah.
concentration.
It says
Yeah,
you
but the
cast it,
spell
so-
ends if you cast it again.
Oh, yeah,
Just
you're
leave
right.
it on 9. If we get
Okay.
separated, I'll light a torch.
Okay. As you get ready to move out, a wide stone hallway opens up ahead. When you get to where you can sort of see the ceiling, it's lost in gloom. The stone tiles on the floor have a light checkerboard pattern and are coated in a moist rainbow sheen. The only exit you can see from here is the archway on the other side, over to the, let's see, right. So that would be east. What you guys gonna do? You're hearing noises up above.
The rainbow sheen is concerning, is it? Oil? Does it
Yeah, that-
seem
that-
flammable?
Would seem
That
to be
sounds like
oil.
black ice to me.
Someone would like to look at it. Okay. I would. How do you want to look at it? Do you want to use perception? Do you want to investigate? What skill do you think you want to use?
I'm going to use perception.
Yeah, 9's
'Cause
gonna
I don't
look
wanna touch it.
around.
Okay. Give me a
9
perception check
sensors
then.
are offline. Let someone more competent.
Well,
Right.
yes, it is oil. It's a very slippery oil. It's the kind of oil you might. Well, no, it's not quite what you would use for lamps. It might be what you would use for a fuel, and it just seems to be all over the place.
Does there seem to be like a mechanism refilling it, or like if we got rid of it, it seemed like it would be gone? There's not like a grate in one of the corners I can see or something like that.
Well, you might want to give me some investigation for that if you're looking for specific details. Well, no, actually, you had a high enough perception. We'll get that. You actually notice there are some small holes dotted in random patterns across the walls. There's also some parallel gaps in the walls at the height of about 4 feet above the floor. I'm not exactly sure. I've tried to figure it out. I'm not exactly sure where the gaps are. They might be like here and here and here and here. And then the holes are just kind of dotted around. The oil is probably coming from the holes. You can kind of see a sheeny dribble, a streak sort of beneath several of the holes.
Stainage.
Right.
Okay. So I was thinking we could just toss a torch in and burn it off, but it's probably refill itself. Or blow up
Might
the
take a while
walls.
to refill. Or
Or
we
blow up
might,
the walls.
or we might, inhale all the smoke and not be too happy.
Onag is saying, fire, 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 fire!
On the other hand, we could just have a belly flop contest across the floor.
I think it's probably
It's the wrong term, but
You can go first.
frictionless. Yeah.
What's Okazu think? Okazu's our guide.
I've never been here. I just got you here. I knew how to get you here. Where we go from here is up to you guys.
And Okazo, while you're looking around that, you're also noticing some kind of faint change, sort of slight elevation changes on some of the tiles. It looks like there might be an extra layer on top of some of them that you've noticed.
Huh.
Which ones are raised? Is it match the colors of the checkerboard, or?
Well, now that you're really looking closely at it, let's do either perception or investigation again. Let's take a closer look at this.
Nope.
Well, it's really all kind of shiny. That rainbow sheen just sort of keeps covering it.
Ooh,
You thought you
pretty.
saw something? And Cardinal's going, ooh, I see what you mean. It's so shiny. I'm not sure I want to step in that, though. It might get my paws gunky.
What's the hold up here? Let me in.
You going to push your way through?
Have at it.
Onag is going to go stand on the first tile. There's only one way to find out this stuff.
Oneg. Okay. So there's a click
Oh, shit.
that's a good thing.
and a grinding mechanical sound echoing from above. And the pop of a spring releasing comes from the left. And then two large scything blades emerge from the walls and are sweeping across. And I really should say, well, we're going to put them here and here. just because we got it from you
See,
somewhere.
no big deal.
Oh, they're perpendicular to us, like swinging.
Well, yeah, if they were going the other way, you could just walk between them, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I thought out of the wall, but it's more like blocking our path.
Now, Oneg, one of the things that you notice, so there was a comment earlier that, these are coming from the like gaps in the wall that are about 4 feet above the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going, yeah, I can go under those. So you're largely
Hey, I can-
unconcerned.
Would avoid the blades? Is that what Onag is
Yeah.
noticing?
Yeah, you're small
Okay.
enough that you're not very concerned about the blades.
So Onag is going to hop over to the next cube.
And nothing additional happens.
And then Onag is going to duck down and go to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
9's going to start to follow, but 9 can't get under them, can she? Is it she, her? I don't know the gender.
Well, Warforged don't really have, are not really
Okay.
gendered.
They.
Yeah.
That's a
Gender
separate
neutral.
attachment.
Well, you can make an acrobatics or dexterity check to kind of see how well are you able to lean down. Got to be flexible enough to lean down or deft enough to dodge them.
It's going to try to do athletics here.
Well, athletics is strength based. I need something dex based. So either a dexterity
Oh,
check.
I thought you said athletics.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I might
so
have
dex-
misspoken. I might have misspoken.
All right.
But let's go with acrobatics or dex.
Okay, dex. Oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, well, so you get sliced for and you take
Oh my god.
24 points of slashing damage. So the rest of you see that 9, a big slice right through the center of 9. 9, keep moving past. You don't want to stand there and get hit again.
Oh no, definitely not.
So 9 is sore wounded, but he did manage to get through at least the first one. There is still another blade he's got to get through. Well, they've got to get through.
If this is lubricated, could 9 do a running kind of dive, like a belly
Slide
flop,
under?
as we were describing?
You still got to give me a dex check to see how well you can control such a thing.
Did they, while they were walking across, did we see them go on the lifted tiles or the normal tiles?
9's taking different tiles than I did.
You can give me another perception check if you like to get a good answer for that question. Well, so Cardinal, you not only notice there are only the 4 gaps in the walls, and the blades are taking up all 4 gaps. So you notice a lot of rage, and part of the reason why it was so difficult is because they are all over the place. I mean, it seems like the vast majority of the tiles have them. And only part of my pings are showing up, and I don't know why Roll20 is really laggy. But anyways, but you kind of think that those are probably the only 2 sets of blades.
Oh,
Lots of triggers, only 2 blades, maybe. That's what I
It
think.
does seem to look like that, yeah. And Boram, you're also small enough that you think, well, you can just laugh at the others and
Yeah.
pretty much walk right through.
That's my plan. Trying to follow Onag's steps just in case.
Onag took the light colored. Yeah.
Yep. 9, you okay?
I need help. I don't think I can get past the next one.
do we have inventories? Is there something?
No.
No, right? Okay.
Well, you don't. However, if there's a good reason for an adventuring party to have it, you would have it. Like all the obvious stuff of like rope and
So Onag's gonna casually walk through.
mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna say, get on your belly and take the help action for 9 to try to assist 9 in getting across this.
Okay. And 9
Get on your
gets through just fine. It's like, yep, just slide him through. It's all grease and everything works great.
It's like curling with a warforged.
It really is. Yeah.
Thanks, little
Okay. So, the rest of you going to stand there watching them do this?
It's now or never, I guess.
Okay. Give me dex or acrobatics. A dex check or acrobatics.
Can I try pushing Okazu as he's low? So give him a little bit more speed past it. Help him
If
through.
you want to do that, then we can go with yeah. And Okazo kind of needed it. It looks like Okazo would have stalled out if you hadn't have pushed through.
Oh, now
Darrell.
you see any levers or buttons up there that might turn all this off?
Yeah, so whoops, I'm carrying the wrong character.
Oh.
there. So can Onag check for any kind of handles or levers or anything around here?
You certainly
Big
can.
red button.
I assume that's perception. No, perception's I'm
Or
sorry,
investigation.
wisdom.
Either, yeah, investigation, which is intelligence based, I believe.
I'll roll everything. There you go. I'm just rolling.
All the things, yeah. You don't see anything. You don't know. I mean, and you guys have all been walking across the pressure plates, so that doesn't seem to turn them off. So you don't see any levers or buttons or anything like that.
Come on over, Ocasio. I'll get you through again. All you big people.
Alrighty, sure.
I'm gonna yell
No
at
fear.
Bullram to come back.
Oh
Starts
no, Okazo, you didn't duck down far enough, or they pushed a little too early, or
Oh, blame the help.
well, or just some miscommunication. You didn't just quite. You need to take 30 points of slashing damage, as you have quite a gash right across your back.
I'll
Alrighty,
come back
well,
here and help out
it was nice
Cardinal
knowing you guys.
and whoever.
Oh, that's right. You are dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He wasn't much of a
Okazo.
guide anyway. He's never been here.
Oh, but this is, but his loved ones miss him. So
Darrell just immediately falls on her knees and starts sobbing.
The body's here. The body stays there. Okay, so who's going through that? I need some more rolls here.
I'll assist the two trying to get through the first set of blades here.
Okay, so Cardinal and
Darrell has collapsed and is crying.
So the two of you can roll with advantage. Maybe I should add an extra disadvantage there for distress and distraction.
We gotta try to. You gotta do this. You gotta try, and then I'm gonna lead the way.
Oh dear.
Shit.
Oops. Bother.
Cardinal, no! Onag is like very distraught.
This is a 5d12. Yeah, very distraught.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Can I take
Alright.
Okazo's thieves tools and see if there's a way to jam the blade?
Certainly you may, yes.
I've said it before, small's better.
Do you have... I'm not sure what sort of proficiency this would require. Use a skill you think would be appropriate that you would try using, and let me have it.
Oh, let's see. I don't have.
It's gotta be just dex,
Either
right?
dex or strength if you're trying to jam when the blades go in.
Excuse me.
Well, that was unsuccessful. Good thing.
It didn't
And
work.
if I tried to run through,
And that
What
was
if we
an
try to
attempted
use
jump. That
Okazo's
was
body to jam in there? What do we think?
Well, 9s would work better, but he's not. He's still alive.
All right. I'll help you out again, Cardinal, unless somebody's got some kind of a heal. Nope. Okay, Cardinal. Here's the help action.
None that I know of.
all right. One more time. One more time.
Yes.
Told you, no problem.
I
Okay.
somersault through it with perfect time, trying to inspire Dariel.
Dariel, try to limbo under it. Think that'll
Darrell
work.
is
Well, they're saying 4
pretty
feet
tough.
high. It's why it would be as high a DC as it is. If it's 4 feet up, I have no idea. It's not that hard to get below 4 feet. Oh
Darrell's
well.
pretty tunnel visioned right now.
Okay,
She's just staring
yeah.
at the body.
Yeah.
She's gonna hit the ground and try to crawl towards him.
Okay, give me a dex with advantage because you've got the 2 little ones. They're trying to help. Ah, you didn't even need it. Okay, so we need one more to get Dariel past the second blade, and then we'll be good. Or we'll be
Come on.
half strength,
She
whichever
just-
comes first.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sure. Step on the short people.
She's just kind of staring at the body.
Why don't you shift left or right so you don't have to crawl over that guy? There you go.
Okay, give me
3,
another
2,
roll.
1. Shove them. Oh, shit.
Man.
She's like crawling under and like nudges.
And I think she doesn't have that. Yeah. I think
going
she
to-
fell with
going to
with
join.
her love, yes.
She bumps into him.
Star-crossed
at him.
lovers, yep.
Honestly, we were carrying them anyways.
Good thing this is just a flashback. I'd feel terrible.
So in shock and grief. Let's see. Oh, I have to turn the page. You ascend broken steps into a large room that seems to serve only one purpose: the worship of the gleaming crystal skull resting on the stone altar. Let's see. 2 stone pillars flank the altar, both decorated with detailed carvings of dragons, and a beautiful mosaic inlay of a red dragon encircles the floor in front of it. To the south, though, dirt and roots choke a large crumbling opening in the wall, and a similar but smaller tunnel opens in the wall behind the altar. Let's see that over here and south and over there. Are you proceeding? You're here to get that crystal skull.
That's what we came here for.
And you hear a growling noise as prowling out from that. You see a beast, and we need some initiative.
Oh, that's huge. Well, I mean, that's large.
Oops, where's the initiative button? Oh,
Yeah.
I found it.
Good. Yes, DM, I am a little more used to where the NPC controls are.
Oh, yeah.
I use them a lot. And so these great beasts, let's get you a good look at them. Oops, helps if I actually click on the token first. These great feline beasts that have too many legs, and they've got tails and talons and teeth, and They come growling out and they look about to pounce, and they look like they're going to pounce first. Let's see. Oh, everybody's in the track. That's right. There's only 4 of us still remaining. Ooh, there's only 4 of you still remaining. Oh, this is going to be a bloodbath. We're going to...
No problem. I got this, guys.
Bloodbath and beyond.
Oh. So the first one's going to come out, and it's going to take a running leap at Oneg. Oh, here it is. Oh, let's see. It makes 2 attacks with its tentacles, and those lashy tentacles come out. And I have no idea what your AC is. What's your AC, Oneg?
14.
Ooh, so you take 1 hit. The second hit was successful. And this other one comes out and growls, and its tentacles streak out and swipe at Boram. Let's see. Now, one thing that's odd about these is they seem to shift where they are. And it's really hard to tell exactly where they are. And so your attacks against these things are going to have, guess what?
Advantage.
Disadvantage. No,
well, I was
disadvantage.
close.
Oops. Let me put, bother. I need to move this guy back to the token layer. The third one here is not actually, oh, you can't see that. The third one here is not actually here. I tried to take it off, but that's the one that's the, here, I'll move it out of the line of sight. That'll make that better. Oh, because I moved the wrong one. That's why. Bother. Controls. Okay, so they have taken their turn. Oneg, what are you going to do in response?
Of course, Onag is going to bonus action disengage.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what he was going to do. Hold on.
He's gonna
Oh,
dance
juicy.
around.
He's going to move to there and take his action to take the skull.
So you lift the skull up?
Yes.
Oh,
Possibly
dear.
go wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, so, yeah. So this circular dragon mosaic on the floor, it animates into this ghostly figure and belches magical flames throughout the chamber. And I need all 4 of you to make dex savings throws for me.
Oh, is it half on a success?
It is half on a success. So you probably don't need to roll, yeah. Let's see here. This is a... Oh, yeah,
Make
yeah.
sure you're clicking on the
Oh.
save and not just the check, because it might make a difference.
Oh,
It'll say dexterity save. If you're proficient in the save, then it'll be under the saving.
Yeah, if you don't have something in the saving section, then you don't have proficiency on it, and you can just use dex.
Do not.
Actually, can any of you survive this? Even with, let's see, half would be 23.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll survive it.
Oh, yeah.
Two people can.
no problem. Except for Onag. Onag's dead.
Oneg is
Look, guys, I got it.
dead. Oh, no. Rip Oneg. Okay.
Does the Displacer Beast take damage from that?
Yes, actually. Oh, I should actually roll their dex saves, too. They have fantastic dex saves, though. Oops.
Ooh.
Except this one was distracted trying to whap at Boram. And this one takes the full 46. And it's mad.
It's still alive.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's still alive. Mm-hmm.
The fire's in the whole room? This whole square.
Oddly enough, it wasn't very fiery in the middle. The
Ugh.
fire was more outside the ring. Okay, so Oneg's dead. That means the end of Oneg's turn. Cardinal's dead. The end of Cardinal's turn. 9! What you gonna do?
9 is going to. Is he standing, or are they standing in fire, or?
No,
Fire
it sank
dissipated.
back down, so it belched out the flame and then sank back down into the floor.
All right.
And the crystal skull is now. Oh, actually, does it stay that way? This doesn't say
all
what
on the ground.
happens. Doesn't say what happens. Restrain. Repeat the save at each of their turn. Oh
You
no!
can
Something
imagine
else
how it
happens.
works
Yeah,
out.
something else happens to those inside the coils. Oh, this is well. Of course, the chances of people actually surviving this is not that great. So we're gonna take away one of the displacer beasts. I mean, this isn't a fair fight. It's not exactly supposed to be a fair fight.
I think we're designed to all die fairly quickly, but that's okay.
It would
could
be
be
nice if yeah, somebody survived, but in order to survive,
Yeah. Gotta get out of here.
Go in separate directions.
Yeah. 9 will disengage and 30 feet. Yep. 30 feet. Can I grab the skull that's lying on the ground?
I'm gonna say that Oneg started to move it and dropped it again back in its place when he
Oh,
got toasted.
okay. Well, I'm not gonna pick it up. I don't have an action to do that. That's 9's turn.
Okay. How about you, Boram?
I'm going to start swinging at this beast while yelling, "I've seen worse than you." First scimitar. Oops, I forgot to put disadvantage on that. So here's the actual first scimitar was a miss with a 7.
That would be a miss, yes.
Second attack is a 12.
A
Probably
12
a
is
miss.
also a miss.
And the dagger attack.
Ah, that will hit.
Oh, well, it's a disadvantage, so it should be the 11.
Oh, it should be the 11. Oh, sorry, the
Right.
11 missed.
Yeah.
You're right.
Don't
You
know why.
shouldn't have corrected me.
I-
How would I wouldn't have known the difference, right?
I'm not a smart player. I'm
Just an honest one. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so it is. Oh, actually, was that all of your turn?
Although actually on my first scimitar, I get to re-roll that because it was a 1, and I'm a halfling. I
It
just noticed. So
was.
let me
That's
re-roll that first
true.
scimitar.
Well, or you can take the 25 that was next
And it's
to
another
it.
one.
No. You would have re-rolled it, and it would have been a 25, which would have been 9 points of
That's
damage.
right.
Well, if you'll do that for me, then it was 9 slashing. So I'll take that.
Yeah. So you've got a nice slash in there at this beastie
For all
that's
the
now
good it's
very
going to
angry.
do us.
Yeah. Well, there's that. So now this thing is badly singed.
Move my way a little closer to the door.
So this thing is badly singed. It's been slashed and bleeding, and it's really mad. And it's lashing out at you with its tentacles. Oh dear.
So that will certainly hit as a crit. Yeah. So will that one.
Oh dear.
AC is 16. Yeah.
Are you dead now?
That's too many numbers to add. I only had 16, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah,
After
I'm
the
way
first
dead.
attack.
Yeah, just took one.
Okay. 9.
All
What
right,
you
9's
gonna do? It
9's gonna
turned
dash.
and looked at you, but it's not.
9 is sprinting to the east through that hole.
Well, so
Saying, nope,
actually,
nope.
as you do that, so as you head out, you run smack into a short woman dressed in colorful explorer's garb, who's currently up here because I didn't know you were going to run past her. That was that was kind of a miscalculation on my part, but now that I look at it, of course you guys would be basically killed by the displacer beast, so. And as you go dashing past her, She sort of looks at now. Where did you end up dashing past?
All the way to the edge of the map.
All the way to the edge. So you actually went pushing through then her minions, who first started to let you through as she looked at you in sort of surprise, and she kind of grinned and says, "Looks like you led me all the way to the skull." And she looks over, and yes, the skull is there. And do you actually stop to chat?
No.
She says, "While I get this, you all take care of no witnesses. No witnesses." And so her minions, and there's actually 10 of them here, you just can't see them all because of the line of sight, are going to take after you. However, you have a bit of a head start, and I'm assuming you're dashing. And what's your dashing speed? What's their dashing speed?
60.
Theirs is going to be the same, and we're not going to bother doing the chase. But for those of you watching here, just, she actually walks up and she takes out of her belt pouch a bag and sort of jingles of coins, and she sort of weighs it a bit. And she reaches over to the skull, and she carefully, as she moves the skull out of the way, she puts the bag there. And she pauses a moment. And nothing happened, and she pockets the skull and turns.
And I shout with my dying breath, "Nice job, Indy!"
So 9 has survived. Okay. Well, now that we've seen this event in the past, we are going to come back to the present.
You're alive.
So now that we're in the present, let's do a quick introduction of your actual characters, the ones you thought you were coming here to play tonight.
Who should go first?
In order of death.
Oh, in order of
Well,
death.
if there's an order on the screen, might as well do that.
Oh, yeah, let's start.
Okay.
We can start with Brandy. Let's start with Brandy. Here, I'll zoom you up so that I can see you.
Brandy is a half elf. Actually, this group's been adventuring together for a while, so we know each other. But one thing they would notice different is that she is now sporting some armor and a shield, which is new for her. And she seems to actually be pretty comfortable with them, which is odd because they've known her as a sorcerer up till now, and they don't usually use that kind of stuff. But she's apparently made some changes, and so she's now also got a level of warlock.
Very cool.
Exciting.
How about Faye?
Faye is a female half elf. No, she has a lute on her back, but she carries around a viol with her all the time. She the pretty joyful bard of the group. She works for the Morgrave University and is kind of currently officially out to search for some magical objects, but just found this group and has enjoyed her adventures with them.
Fun. How about Amos?
Amos is a cleric of Onatar in the Forge. He spends a lot of time at the Forge working on armors and weapons. He set out into the Mornland to try to recruit some help in exploring below Mror Holds with his cousin Ungus, hailed from the same clan, but fell in with a good group and came across I suppose the deed to Galandrian Inn, and has kind of been making a home out here. He also typically puts his blessing of the Forge on Ungus when Ungus is actually appreciative of the act.
Ungus appreciates it. What you're talking about?
Speaking of,
Right. Ungus Ashhammer is a dwarf warrior who has been, up until now, pretty much a strict warrior, but he's been changed a little bit by the Mournland and is now has this little bit of a dabbling interest in the arcane, and he's now an Eldritch Knight instead of what was I before? Champion. And he did not get to fight in the last war. He had just finished his training and wanted to go prove himself, and that's what he's out here to do.
Adventuring's a good way to do that. All right, how about Arlek?
Arlek is a card-carrying member of House Kundarak, the dwarven house that deals with safety and security. He was based out of a guild hall in a small town in Sire prior to the event that just kind of destroyed the whole area. He just happened to be outside of the region of the Mournlands as we have him now on a mission. So he was the only person to survive from his guild hall. He went back to try to find something, but the vault was no longer where it should have been according to the maps. So he had been spending time trying to hunt it down and got kind of wrapped up in this other situation and has been hanging out with the rest of them. His friend Escape, the Steel Defender Goat, is his constant companion, and they have been trying to do what they can to help out. And he still has not yet revealed where his dragon mark is actually located.
It's personal.
And
Exactly.
Vila.
Mila's a gnome artificer with her steel defender Connor. She is a soldier who's haunted by almost dying on the day of mourning. Ever since then, she's been studying ways to better help on the battlefield and is always on the front lines, defending whoever she can.
So I'm sure she's finding the Oracle of War quite fascinating.
She does.
Speaking of which,
How are we gonna roll that?
so I need to show you a handout. So there's the graphic on the top, and if you prefer, there's the text. I have it just in text format down below. So this is part of a trilogy called The Fortunes of War, where you're gonna figure out some more about this here oracle thing that you've found. I mean, you found this device in the Mournland, and it had the power to, I mean, the Oracle of War, it showed a little bit ahead of time in battle to give an advantage to whoever wields it, but it malfunctioned and spoke a verse from the Draconic Prophecy. When dark lanterns flicker in the light of the silver torch, the king in green rides north on a bolt of steel. Two nations prepare for war as all eyes turn to sky blue. And then it kept saying, third protocol activated, over and over. I mean, what does that mean? Who made this thing? And why are they willing to kill to get it back? At least if that's who those assassins that you recently managed to escape from were from. Now it seems to become functional again, and you all decided to travel to Sharn to find answers at the Morgrave University, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now I heard that someone said two of you have ties to Sharn. I know one of you. I know Faye is mentioned working at the Morgrave. What's the other one? Who's the other one?
I think that was just me when I was comparing Faye to
Oh,
Ariel.
okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, so Faye is a background. She is more of a professor's assistant there. She was kind of put through scut work for most of the time because she would slack off and play her instruments, but she mainly went over inventory and cataloged artifacts. So she worked in that area of the school under other professors.
Nice. So
Well, at least
also
I
very
tally
interested in
ahead
this
there.
Oracle of War. So, how are you carrying the thing? How are you transporting
carefully.
this? It being 4.5 feet long, 3.5 feet high, 2 feet wide, and 220 pounds. And no handle. I love the way it says no handles on the hatch.
Can we rig like a seat for it that the two steel defenders could carry? If you guys don't object to that, of course. It's just a thought.
I'm insulted. No, I'm not. I don't necessarily have an issue with it, but if we get into any sort of surprise combat that takes those resources out of the fight, essentially.
Got to be a quick release or something.
With 2 artificers in the group, I am sure that you could rig something like that. So is that what you would like to do?
Escape doesn't mind.
Hold on.
Escape and Connor?
I thought Vila had a bag.
I did. I took it out, but let me see what I have right now.
Well, even then I looked at it, that the dimensions of the bag of holding, you couldn't actually fit it in the way
Oh.
they described
That's
it.
right. I forgot about that.
Because it's a 2-foot diameter hole, but it's 2 feet on a side. So it's like a square peg, round hole problem.
Yeah, probably wouldn't quite fit.
Portable hole.
So we're going to go with the harness between Escape and Connor with a quick release to sort of drop the Oracle to the ground?
Yeah.
All right.
With, springs on the bottom and all kinds of...
So it has a
So
soft
it doesn't
landing.
break
Of
when it
course.
falls.
Of course. Any artificer
Classic
worth their
egg
salt.
drop.
Absolutely. Any artificer worth their salt would do that. Absolutely. All right. So the mighty towers of Sharn are shrouded behind gray clouds. Rain falls in sheets across the city, cloaking its bridges, mezzanines, and plateaus in wet gloom. Your lightning rail thunders into Terminus Station, where you're greeted by a team of House Orion porters. As your luggage is unloaded, one of them hails a sky coach to take you to your destination in the city. And another page comes up and says, "Oh, you've actually received 2 messages. Would you like them here?"
Sure.
Yes.
So one of these messages is from your friend and ally, Callie Alren, who you sent to Sharn ahead of time to see what she could dig up about the Oracle of War here. And so she says that you can meet her near at the Golden Horn Inn near Morgrave University. And the other note, it turns out that House Madani person that you sent after Ariel and Karnach followed her to Sharn, and so you have a note from that agent asking to meet at the King of Fire Tavern in the Middle Dura. So you have both of those options, or since you also have Faye is also on home territory here, you may have even other options. What would you like to tell the sky coach driver, or the sky coach, where to take you?
Faye kind of rubs her head and she's like, "Well, I'm not too keen on getting back to the college so soon. So you could check out one of the other places first."
Tavern sounds good to me.
So the King of Fire
Hell yeah.
Tavern?
Do that.
That works.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, to meet up with the agent that you sent after Ariel and Karnach. Now, you may or may not have noticed on that cutscene map, the woman at the end, the token, happened to be named Ariel and Karnach.
Actually, I can't see anything.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, I can't see anything either.
You can't see anything right now. Well, I mean, that was on the prior
It's all
map. Did
black.
I not move? It is it? Why is it?
No.
I don't think our tokens have visibility.
There's
or-
no
Yep, there you
tokens
go.
on this. There should be no tokens on
Now we
this.
can see.
We can see that.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Before
bother.
that, we
So
saw back
dynamic
at our own
lighting.
inn.
So dynamic lighting is all or nothing. That is really annoying. Dynamic lighting was supposed to be per page. Well, we shall see then how this goes. Okay. So, but on the last map there at the end, the token for the woman who came in and took the skull was named Ariel Darnell.
Oh, gotcha. I
And
thought there was
now
a
it all
transition
ties
screen.
together.
Well, I mean, this is our transition screen. So. Okay. So,
It's pretty.
yeah. You arrive at the King of Fire Tavern in Middle Dura. Built of black stone and brass, the tavern is lit by dozens of magical flame spells cast on the walls and the tables and the backs of the chairs. It seems a little excessive if you ask some people, but you probably haven't asked them, and that's probably fine. You have not met this person, and you have not met this person before, but you see as you enter in, you see someone come up to you. Does this say it's a male half-elf? He introduces himself. Hello, I'm Ivelo de Medani. Are you the ones that I asked that hired me to run an errand, shall we say, for you?
That's us.
The same.
He kind of looks around a little bit, kind of suspiciously. Well, so I think we should take this to a private chamber, and which he had actually arranged. And so he takes you kind of in the back, and one of the wait staff kind of watches you go in there and sort of nods as you come in, and settles down and offers you some, looks like ale. Pretty decent ale too.
Right.
Right. Take a drink of that.
Right then, you had me following this Ariel Karnak person, right?
Yes.
Right.
Well, I have trailed her to a low rent place, apartment building in Lower Dura. And I staked it out, and she's come and gone a few times. I think it's pretty clear that this is her hideout here in the city. Though she's got kind of this local street gang keeping an eye out for her. I've had to dodge them a couple of times while I was doing this. Kind of shady figures that come and go, but you know how they've got kind of that mannerism when they're kind of watching for things, and I'm pretty sure that they're with her. One of them was this Anhedra, this, practically notorious Rakshasa fugitive. One of the Emerald Claw folks. I saw him, and I think he's with him too. But anyways, I was following her, and she met with these two figures at a nearby bar. Kind of a pair of bald half-elves. I mean, kind of like the two of you, except a lot less hair. Well, and one was dressed all in red, and one was dressed all in black, and that doesn't match your description either. So, yeah, whatever. I don't know who these folks were, but it seemed a pretty serious meeting. Although I think I would like to continue the reconnaissance a bit. I think they could be connected to something bigger, and I want to get a chance to get a better look at that. So, and I don't really want to blow my cover on this that I've kind of got in the neighborhood there. So if you give me a little more time, I can keep you up to date, keep you briefed on it. But if you give me a little more time here, I think I can find some more.
If you keep bringing the ale, you got all the time you need.
Yeah, well, then
That's what I like about it.
that kind of works out then, yeah. So I'll send, where do you want me to send messages? I mean, I knew you were coming from the outside this time, and so I, set it up so that arrivals were watching for you. But where do you want me to contact you at?
Well, we haven't got a place to stay yet, so we might have to let you know.
For now, I would say we send anything in care of Kali at the Golden Horn Inn.
That'll work.
Care of Kali at Golden Horn. And he kind of notes it down. Golden Horn. That's that place up by the university, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, ritzy area.
And maybe you shouldn't carry that around written down.
Ha! Well, easy enough. And he rips it up and swallows it. Yeah, dry. Okay, I can remember it anyway. I'll have to polish up my duds a bit, but I can do that. Okay, well, is there anything else you want to hire me for too? Although I guess I'm a little busy with this one, but I could add it to my backlog.
No, we'll stick to that for now. And if you do well, then we'll keep you in mind for future jobs.
Okay.
So far, it's looking good.
Okay. Well, I like keeping the customers happy. So I will be off and back to it, and I'll keep you posted. Care of Kali at the Golden Horn. And he kind of then sort of ducks out, leaving you to finish your ales. You going to do anything else while you're here?
I said Brandy is a sailor, so she probably is burping.
Probably is. Well, aren't one of you a brewer? Yeah, Amos. Aren't you a brewer?
Amos is.
Yeah. So what do you think of the ale? Is it up to your snuff?
Not half bad.
Alrighty. So, where to next?
What was that place called?
He's below 5 stars. Oh, Ever on Yelp. Yep. Excellent.
I think it's Yelp with an E at the end.
I'm sure you're right. Yeah, I'm sure that's right. Okay.
I guess we should go.
The Golden Horn.
Go
next?
find Kali. Yeah, unless
Okay.
the call of academia is pulling at you. I think we go see Kali.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so the Golden Horn, it's an upscale inn. It's near the university, but not quite at the university. And so I'm pretty sure, yeah, this has got to be in Upper Memphis too. So you grab one of those sky coaches to take you up there. So it's in Upper Memphis, up on this massive Dalanan Tower, which I'm presuming is this thing up here. But that must be Upper Memphis. And the surrounding area is dotted with grand theaters, upscale shops that have fine cuisine and fashion. What are you guys wearing, by the way?
I have a set of fine clothes on, actually. It's like a sea captain. No hat.
Oh, okay. And
So
are
I
the
don't
rest
look
of you
too
looking scruffy and bedraggled?
I'd be in my house clothing, so
Okay, that's not going to be too
I wouldn't
bad.
I wouldn't be hiding it here.
Okay.
I guess I would assume the college would have had field clothes for its professors and assistants, so I'm probably wearing that. Something
Yes.
issued by the college underneath my my studded leather armor that I bought.
Okay.
while
Although
adventuring.
you would know that this is a pretty upscale area. And I don't know if you took with you clothing appropriate for coming back, but you would at least know that.
Yeah, I probably have my my professor's assistant clothes somewhere in my bags. But
So basically,
with
you're
this
not.
party, I'm a little laid back.
Yeah. So basically, you're not all coming in your out in the Mournlands
Yeah,
gear.
I'm not-
you're dressed a little bit, and you're only going to get a few looking down the noses, not outright.
Yeah, I don't look dirty, but I'm not
suspicious
in my
looks.
Sunday best either.
Okay. So, common clothes. You're going to get the occasional sniff, I'm afraid. Okay, so you come up to the Golden Horn. Oh, it's very posh, very posh. And you come in, and you see Callie over at a side table, and she smiles, big smile. She recognizes you and waves you over. Come over here. Oh, you made it here. And gosh, you aren't even that far behind me. I've only been here like a day or two. You made great time. Is it all going okay?
As soon as Faye steps into the Golden Horn, she kind of takes a sniff in and has a smile on her face, like, my favorite places while I was here. Looks over and sees Callie and waves and approaches.
Yeah, well, so Callie's even going to get up, give you a big hug, and and looking down at your escaping Connor with the Oracle of War, she kind of looks around a little bit and kind of gestures to have them kind of go sort of not quite under the table, but kind of around behind the table where it's a little
obvious.
A little less obvious, and she kind of repositions the chairs so that as you guys are sitting there that they're quite obscured, and she has quite a concerned look on her face as she does this. But she's getting y'all settled, and it's like, oh, what can we get you while you're here? This is one of the places to be, of course. Ah, a fake box over the Oracle. Good. Let me note that. Fake box. Perfect. And she looks at Arlick, and gives kind of a grimace. Yeah, that's probably a smart idea. Okay. Oh, but you're here. Oh, I have so much to tell you. Do I have so much to tell you? I do have so much to tell you. Isn't that exciting? Do you have a bunch to tell me too?
Some jokers try to take our box there, but they didn't succeed in that.
Oh, seriously? Well, I think that's part of what I got to tell you here. I always thought, and she kind of gives a look to Faye, kind of a half apologetic sort of look. It's kind of like, I always thought Morgrave University, big posh place, education, well-to-do people, literate people and all that. But, they're kind of mostly a bunch of greedy treasure seekers. And she's kind of looking at Faye for sort of confirmation.
That's why I was so keen and happy when they sent me into the field.
Oh, good.
I
You're
don't
not
really
insulted.
like to be around them.
Oh, good. You're not insulted then. Well, so it turns out, she kind of leans in close. It turns out that there have actually been quite a few organizations trying to make something like that, some way of getting the power of divination on the battlefield especially during the last war, because they, of course, wanted it for advantage. One of the organizations, the ones from Ander, their Arcane Congress, had a program that they codenamed Leadbreaker, that was supposed to make a battlefield oracle. And one of the scholars here was in that program. He's kind of an exile from Ander now. His name's Zelmar. And Faye, you have heard of Zelmar, and you would have known of him as an expert in rare artifacts.
Yes, one of the many people who gave me my inventory and inventory duties.
You probably would not have known that he worked on it, because you wouldn't have known about this program, and it's not something that he talks about a lot. But anyways, I talked him into he'll take a look at the oracle and see what he can think of it, and what he can tell from it. But he kind of has a favor to ask first. But he'll fill you in on that when you go to see him. But so that's about the oracle. And then you said there was that prophecy thing, that draconic prophecy thing. And so the local expert on draconic prophecy is a gynosphinx. What was her name? Flamewind. And she's also resident at the university. So that's very convenient. But apparently the only way to get an appointment with Flamewind is for Flamewind to request you. And Faye, you're probably nodding. That would be
Yeah.
there. So, but Faye, you'll also know that there are ways to get in. So you're familiar with that. And so I think those are the big things. I mean, I've only had a couple of days here. Yeah, but I can hang with you and lead you around if you like. Although, I mean, it sounds like fun. I don't have anything else I need to do right now.
Do you trust the staff here?
At this
Do I trust the staff here? As I would frequent this place a lot, trying to get away from the school. Do I trust the staff here? I know the tavern owner is like Mandarin or something.
Only because we left this as the place to deliver messages. So, if something were to be dropped off for Kali and she's with us, can we safely assume that nobody's gonna mess with it?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Because I've got someone else sending me messages here, too. One of my other friends from back there, who I told I was coming to Sharn. So, yeah, that should work.
Gotcha.
Who do you have sending messages care of me?
We hired someone from House Madani to gather some information for us.
Oh, okay.
You remember, what's her face? And Arlak kind of stumbles because he's not always real good at remembering names. I read something. And he looks at the other ones.
Yeah.
Irlin Karna?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, don't know him.
She was with that nonsense with the giant Warforged thing. We sent somebody to try to keep an eye on her. Apparently, she's around here somewhere.
Oh. Is she interesting?
Interesting in that she almost got us all killed.
Ah,
I guess you call that interesting.
Yeah. Oh, you got stories then. But I don't know. Maybe we should get after this business that you've got. And she kind of gestures towards the box between the two.
Yeah, I would
What
say
does
we have
one
a place to drop
generally?
this off. We do that
Yeah,
first.
yeah. I mean, what do you generally call them? I mean, do you just?
I don't know that we have a name for it.
I mean, you got Connor and Escape are their names. What do we normally call them for what they are?
They're steel defenders.
Yeah, that just seems like a really boring name.
Yeah, I mean,
Medium
we
construct
put iron
isn't any
defenders.
better. Yeah,
So I guess the overall name for them are just called defenders.
Defenders. Pets. Okay. Not to be disrespectful, of course. As she reaches over and pets Connor. Okay. Well, so shall we go then? I mean, you got the thing here. We probably want to get it out of sight. There's some. I don't think you want to talk too openly about the fact that we've got this. I think, given some of the greediness I've seen, some people might kill to get their hands on it, and I think we want to get it out of sight as quickly as possible.
Agreed.
Right.
So, into the university then, right?
Yes. Kind of reluctant.
Oh, Faye.
He says yes.
It's like old home week, right?
Yeah, I guess. So Faye's gonna excuse herself really quick, go talk to the proprietor, and get changed into her fine clothes, her school clothes, and then proceed with everyone.
Yeah, you might all want to change dress up a little. I've noticed it's pretty posh. Well, actually, this
Yeah.
is a good place. I see Dave wanting to step away a minute. This is actually a good place to take a quick bio, maybe 5 minutes. And
That works.
while our characters are primping a bit and all, we can get a quick break. We'll be
Yep.
right back.
All right.
Alrighty.
Let's see. While I'm waiting for the last of the players to get back, I just want to mention here quick that this group of people have donated to Extra Life, the partnership with Twitch that supports the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. And so I am trying to give them a really good time to thank them for their generosity. And if you would like to do something like this too, there are links down below somewhere. I've lost track of the current Twitch layout actually, but there are links there.
About that, I had to go make some dinner here for my son real quick.
Okay. We are back. Okay. Let's see here. So, you continue then on to just a short way away. You're all in your nice duds, so you don't get any very odd looks from people at the university. And let's see here. You are going to head pretty directly to Zelmar's office. And Faye actually knows roughly where it is, and so you pretty easily, we don't need to make any rolls or anything, you're pretty easily find it. I can do the English good, I'm just sure. Anyways, as you walk by, you see some students working on a tiny mechanical owl, and or actually several of them who are each no bigger than a fist, and one of the students just looks delighted when the owl flutters up and perches on her shoulder. It's just so cool. There's all sorts of just interesting sights around here. And so Zell's office is actually inside the library at Morgrave University. And when you come up to the office, the door's opened by a lanky young man with long brown hair and pale skin, and he's wearing sort of a gray-blue robes. And behind him you see a cluttered office filled with machine parts and metalworking tools. And he sees Callie and nods at her, and then sort of looks in surprise at Faye, that he recognizes Faye too. So, whoa, well, come in. You must be the ones. Oh, Faye, hi. You're the ones that Callie here was telling me about. You have some sort of very interesting artifact?
Yes, we do. Is Dr. Marr here?
Well, that would be me. That would be me. You don't
this is Dr. Marr.
You don't need to worry about the title. Just call me Zell.
Yes, no, sorry.
So he ushers you in, and as he sees the two defenders coming in with the harness between them with the faux box. It's like, is that it? And then he remembers himself and says, and he sort of looks around and very carefully closes the door. We don't want this just business out in public and all that. But he pulls out a notebook and he starts walking around this box. So tell me about it. What makes you think this is special? And Arlick presses a button and the fake box click clacks open and away. That's much more interesting. We can go back to the Oracle of War page since we're looking at the thing anyway. I see. So tell me about this again. Oh, you guys can't say anything again? What is the deal? Roll20 has apparently updated a bunch of stuff. Yep, sure enough, they turned dynamic lighting back on. Let's try that. So you guys couldn't see it earlier when I was on this page and showing the dimensions. Yeah.
No. Or if we were just on a page, we couldn't see that either.
Okay, we're going to go back to that page for a moment. When you guys see a black screen, tell me, and I should fix all the lighting, all of the dynamic lighting stuff changed. So this is the black screen you were sitting on, was supposed to look like a Rainy Plaza.
Oh, that's It's nicer than a
You're
black screen.
supposed to see pretty backgrounds. If you don't see pretty backgrounds, I want to know about it. There's no point in having pretty backgrounds if you guys can't see it. Okay, back to the. So, could you see the jungle? Were you able to see the jungle temple thing? Let me check that page.
We were able to see the jungle, yes. At least
Yeah.
I was.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, for heaven's sakes! All right. Anyways, you undoubtedly have a handout that basically looks like this, except I added the dimensions to it. So, but since we're studying this thing intently, or at least Zell is. Okay.
Yes. So, Zell, I don't know if you know, but one of my professors sent me out to look for items and out in the Mournland, and along with this wonderful party, we found this artifact. We know it by the name Oracle of War. It kind of it takes in stuff from the environment and kind of gives you a battle strategy. It speaks through this horn here. There's a little parchment here you can take off and write it, and you enter it into the front here, and it'll ask you for certain parameters, and we write that in and enter it. It'll assess it and give a pretty good strategy for an outcome.
That is fascinating. Kind of pokes at it a little bit. I mean, I'm not an expert on divination or anything. You might want to talk to Flamewind about that. But this is very interesting. So where did you find it?
Where did we find this? It's been so long.
That was in that market.
Right after we fell to the ground.
The Mall of the Amornicas.
Can't hear you, Tom.
I just realized my mic was up because I was chewing a minute ago. I'm glad it works to put it up and keep it quiet. Said we found it at the Mall of the Amornicas.
Mall of the Amornicas.
That was bad.
And what else? Well, he's taking it completely seriously, of course. And so what else did you find along with it?
Did we? I can't remember.
I'm gonna look at my AR and see if I had anything in there. I don't remember either.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Definitely found trouble.
Yeah.
Well, should we?
Well, Callie came with us, right?
Yes,
Callie
Callie
was
is
there
with you.
already.
Yes, except I don't necessarily know what
found it
Callie
first.
knows. Sorry.
I was going to say, they found it first, her group, because we were rescuing them.
Oh.
And it was where they were.
Oops, I missed that point.
Yep.
I didn't study up on it. Oops.
We found Callie.
Well, so I'm sure Callie gives a very sort of fluffy and somewhat vague description that sounds like she's saying something smart, right?
Oh, and
Absolutely.
I'll pull out this beautifully preserved white rose, and I said we also found a few of these, which is still beautifully preserved, even a week or two later or whatever it's been.
Oh, that's quite interesting. And he sort of gestures to it and says, "May I?"
Certainly.
And he pulls out a small tool set from his robes and begins to sort of tweak at this fastening and sort of poke at that fastening and sort of jimmy into this slot and the seam, and he sort of pries open parts and then refastens them carefully in, and he mutters to himself and scrawls some notes, and he steps. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Arlek would stop him from putting anything into the holes that didn't belong, only because he's more concerned about the tools themselves. Don't
Okay.
Don't ruin your tools by putting them in those holes.
Oh, good point. I hadn't thought of that. I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah. And he kind of
Yeah, we
steps
don't know
back
what
and
happens inside it.
ponders and puts up a hang on a sec sort of gesture and goes out and comes back with a big stack of books and spends some time consulting the texts and looking back at the oracle and consulting the texts. And well, so well, when I was working for the Arcane Congress, that's Aundair's magic order. But anyways, I was part of the Ledgebreaker program. That was this, I suppose, secret initiative to try and do basically what you're telling me this does. Sort of harness divination magic on the battlefield. But I don't know. After all the horrors on the day of mourning, I lost interest in sort of oiling the gears of war, as it were. So, he points to a discrete symbol. He says, "This machine. I mean, it looks like everything that we hoped for and what we were trying to do, but it isn't ours. And see this mark here?" As he points to sort of a really discrete mark over it. And he says, "That's the mark of Solring Moranon, a dwarven artificer from the Moorholds." Now, didn't somebody just mention something about the Moorholds to me?
Yes,
In your party?
where Ungus and Amos are from.
Yep.
So he made this machine, and if anyone knows anything about that, it's going to be him. Although I understand he's been missing since the day of mourning. I think so. Looks consideringly. And as for that, the divination thing, you had questions about divination. Didn't he sort of looks over at Kelly? Didn't you say something about some prophecy thing? And she said, "Yeah, the Draconic Prophecy." He's like, "Oh, yeah, I don't know anything about that. You're best off talking to Flamewind about that."
Faye has kind of a uneasy look on her face. Not like she's scared, but just uneasy to go see her.
Yeah, and he sort of sits back and he says, "Oh, hey, I wanted to ask a favor. So he looks at each of you, and he gets this kind of funny look on his face, and even blushes a little bit. He says, so there's this woman, and she's beautiful and brilliant. And it took me forever to ask her out on a date, but she said yes to dinner tonight. And I'm gonna screw it up. I know I am. I'm useless around women. But I was wondering, could you guys maybe help me find a way to impress her?" And for the first time, you really see him sitting straighter up. Well, he's distracted enough. There's no way. You don't even have to try hard to hide your eye roll. Zell's not going to notice. And he sits up and he's got this intense look on his face. But you can't do anything to her mind. No charms, no control, nothing like that. I mean, if you did anything to that, I'd never forgive you, of course. But I'm wondering if you could possibly maybe help me impress her without her knowing.
Did you have something in mind for this?
Well, so we're going to the detention. That's the tavern where that's where I'm going to meet her tonight. And I was kind of wondering if you could go there and sort of ask around, see if other patrons know her or the staff know her or something, and find a place to stay unnoticed and sort of I have these, and he digs around into his pockets and pulls out 2 small stones that have faces carved on them. He says, "I have these sending stones, and so maybe you could kind of sort of send me hints and things." Maybe?
Oh, honey, I don't need stones for that, but maybe some hints.
I've spent some time on these. These are actually better than usual. I've bolstered the enchantment so that these can work 6 times in a single day, but only for one day, and then they're gonna go back to being the normal 1 time a day sort of thing. But I mean, I really wanna impress her, but I don't want to be creepy, the romantic and confident sort. And he's sitting there practically cringing in front of you, sort of the opposite of. But the date's in an hour, and he kind of sheepishly slides over a small journal. It says here. I mean, I've been taking some notes. That's kind of what I do. Okay, you should be able to see a handout.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
And like the other one, I've got the image on top, and if you prefer text, you can scroll down. And she's she's a tall half-orc, and she's got deeply tanned skin and this dark red hair that, I mean, she usually wears it in a braid, but you can just see it's practically like fire. And when I saw her this morning, she had it done up in this sort of fishtail braid thing, and she was wearing an embroidered navy tunic that just went so well with it. And, I mean, this guy's practically pathetic.
Well, I tell you what. Of course, the message with the stones spell. That's a good idea. If you'd like, at some time during your meal with her, I could come up and play the part of another woman that knows you, and I'm not sure what would be most impressive to your lady friend. Would be somebody that we had been close and I left, or you left, or perhaps you did something nice for me. I can play a part for you. Whatever you think would be most impressive to her, I'm fine with that.
Do you think that would work? I'm not very
Well,
good at improv.
well, you
Oh, I'd
don't have
probably
to
mess
say
it
much.
up.
I can say most of it. I'm fairly good at improv, and she's a woman. I'm a woman. Uh, some say that I'm, attractive, so she'll certainly notice another woman talking to you. The key is figuring out what she will like to hear. But we can work on that.
That might work. That might work. We can try that. But no creepy. Remember, no creepy. And no
No,
manipulation.
no. Nope. I'll just be playing a part.
Right. I
Oh.
teach you a sea shanty, but I don't know a single one.
Oh, well, I know plenty of those. And stories. I don't know if you have much time to learn them.
No, I really don't have much time to learn. I mean, it's now what? It's now under an hour. We'll try it. Because if it doesn't demand too much, I mean, if it makes me look good, we'll try that. And you can go and ask around and see how that goes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be eternally grateful. I hope this goes well. And as you guys are turning away to head out there, Callie's definitely rolling her eyes. But he is kind of adorable, isn't he?
Brandy is really all about bringing two people together. She's definitely pro on helping with that. She thinks that's a great idea.
Okay. Well, detention is just a short walk from the university, and it is a student favorite. Completely designed to attract students. The same, a typical student bar. It's large, 2-story, serves delicious food and drink, but sometimes gets a little rowdy. However, there is a very clear a very clear bouncer named Bumper, standing at the entrance and keeping a close eye on things. So it feels like he's got things under control. There's a chaperone. There's an adult in the room. You know what I mean? So you come in. What would you like to do?
I kind of give a nod and hey at Bumper as we walk in, assuming I've come in here a few times to hang out with some of the students.
Yeah, he nods back, kind of doesn't really smile, but you're accustomed enough to him that it's like that's his pleasant expression, and that
Mm-hmm.
his scowl looks way different. So, what are you guys gonna do here? Are you gonna ask around? Are you just
I'm
gonna
guessing we
stalk
have
the
a
place? You're gonna...
description of Gia.
Yes,
So
that
we
was
know.
the half orc and the half orc with deeply
that's
tanned skin, dark red hair. Today she's wearing an elaborate fishtail braid and has an embroidered navy tunic. Oh, over leather breeches, which I forgot to say.
Is she in here right now?
Looking around. Looking around. No, you do not see her yet. And you kind of check out the upstairs and the downstairs, and no, you don't see anyone fitting that description here. Been thinking about that for 4 games.
I'll just
Classic. Classic, yeah.
Friday will go up to the bar, order a red wine,
Mm-hmm.
and look around the bar. Do I see many other people drinking red wine?
You
It
see
seems to
a
be like kind of the thing here.
few. There's a group of females that seem to favor it over kind of on the left side of the bar. You don't see a lot of people drinking it, but you kind of see that group. Actually, let's move us.
All right.
Let's move us back to the.
I'll just
Okay,
kinda
you guys
chat
can
with the
see the nice
bartender.
ambiance, steampunk, rain, all that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. We're good.
Chat with the bartender a little bit, kind of jokingly making fun of girls who drink red wine and sit at the table together. And of course, I'm drinking red wine at the time.
Uh-huh.
So, it seems like I'm good natured.
Uh-huh.
And eventually I'll get to ask him, who is the most unusual person you've seen drink red wine in here?
Most unusual. Well,
Yeah, somebody you wouldn't expect to drink wine.
give me some sort of a charisma, either charisma check or persuasion, or something charisma based.
Okie dokie.
Let's get some
I'll
charisma going back here.
Get my thing back up here. Oops. Persuasion work for you?
Persuasion can work. Yeah, that's a nice charisma base.
Well, that wasn't very good.
The most unusual who drinks red wine. Well, there might be that really tall chick. Although, I'll tell you, about every 10 day or so, there's a warforged who comes in here. I think that's the strangest I've ever seen with red wine.
Oh, that's a little unusual, yeah.
Yeah, not sure where it puts it. I don't know if it's got kind of a tank or something inside.
Yeah, I didn't know they even drank. Maybe you're just doing it to make appearances. What about the tall chick? Who was that? That was the first one you thought of. I find that usually the first thing someone thinks of is the most interesting.
Give me another roll. Let's see how interesting.
That's a little better.
Well, I'll tell you what's unusual about her. You see that table over there with all of the ladies and their wine?
Mm-hmm.
She's not part of that.
Joking.
Yeah, she's not part of that crowd. She's usually over there, and he points over at one of the side tables and studying, and by herself too. What student comes to a bar by themselves?
Yeah, that's a little unusual.
Yeah.
Do you know what her name is? Maybe I'll meet her. Get her story.
Well, let's see. I'm not sure because I don't think I've seen anyone talk to her, so I haven't heard them call her by name.
Okay. Well, can you describe her? Because I'd like to. Sounds interesting. She's
Well,
tall. I know that.
yeah, tall. She's got really deeply tanned skin, dark red hair. She usually keeps it braided, but it's like practically like fire. Um,
Oh wow. That sounds
Facial
interesting.
features kind of like probably some half work, probably somewhere in her background.
Oh, okay.
Pretty well
More like
dressed. She's
sounding
got
for it.
pretty well dressed. She's got a nice array of outfits. I mean, kind of on the quiet side too.
All right. Quiet and half work. She does sound interesting. Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate all
I
that.
mean, she has. I actually come to think of it, I have seen her. She does have a pretty good rapport with Bumper over there, our bouncer.
Oh, that's always a good idea.
Yeah, but I
All
don't.
right.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Nice.
I'm not sure she's dating anybody though, because I mean, like I said, I've pretty much always seen her alone here.
All right. Well, cool. Appreciate that. Well,
Oh,
much attention rather than the other.
and I've almost forgot. Grilled marinated venison steak with lemon zested roast carrots.
That's her
Almost
thing,
every
huh?
time. She very
Got my
rarely
mouth watering.
deviates from that. Well, I'll tell you, it is pretty good here, but I think that was maybe the first thing she ever had here, and she's never strayed off of it.
I've done the same. Some places it's just right.
I know. I mean, sometimes I wonder, am I missing out on other options there? But then it's like, when you got a good thing going, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I believe in the mutton always.
Well, yeah, though. With good seasoning and a good tender mutton, you can make it passable.
All right. Well, I found out something, so if somebody else wants investigating, I'll be ready to inform Zell of her favorite meal there whenever I see him.
Anyone else want to take a stab?
I would like to take a stab, but I just can't think of anything to ask.
Yeah, that's kind of always my problem too. I always think, this character would know how to, especially when I have a high charisma character. This character would know how to
Yep.
do this, but man, I sure don't know how to play him. So,
Yep, I've done that with another DM. I'm like, I am very uncharismatic, but my character has a 20. Can he do something?
well, we could meta this if you like, and do it just by the rolls.
Let's start that. Let's see if I can lead anywhere. So, Faye will find a group of students that she knows and doesn't see her as the a TA. Gotta talk to them. So I'm gonna find a group of
Oh
students
no,
that I
not
know.
TA.
Okay, and give me something
That's a good plan.
charisma based, whether persuasion or anything charisma based.
Yeah, so
I
I'll
mean,
go up
even if you're
and-
hiding fear, deception would work. I mean, anything you want that's charisma based.
I would like to persuasion, but I'll do deception because I'm gonna under the guise of like I'll walk up and say, Professor X kind of asked me about this other student, Gia,
Mhm.
and I'll talk to them and ask if they know anything. So obviously, whatever I'm saying is a lie. So
Okay. Yeah, I can see that going.
ah,
Oh, and you have a +7. Oh no.
no
Okay.
persuasion is a +10.
And so they look a little puzzledly at you, kind of with that sort of distant look where they lean away from you a little bit. And okay, so now you were saying something about a professor asked you to get what? I've already forgotten what you said you were asking.
I'll say like a professor asked about something that Gia was working on that had to do with artifacts. And transmutation with an artifact or something.
Oh,
It's-
and they kind of look at each other. It's kind of like, well, I mean, she's top of the class. I would think he'd know better than any of us would, but I mean, all she ever
You know,
talks about, it's got to be something to do with the last war, because all she ever reads she's always reading something about histories and stories and anything she can get her hands on from the last war. She's always doing that. So it's got to be something related to that. But beyond that, and they kind of shrug.
Well, thanks, guys. I mean, you know how Professor X is. He's really short and abrupt, and I was just leaving the college when he's like, "Hey, check this out," and then he just, walked off. So I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all's help.
What are you going to do? Yeah.
Well, enjoy your meals and make sure to study hard.
Yeah.
Hungus is half intoxicated at the bar at this point.
Okay.
What's the layout of this place? Is it pretty much a standard bar restaurant, or is it?
Yeah, I mean it's because it does serve food and drink. Pretty good, fair quantity, reasonably cheap. For an upscale student crowd, but a typical student. So it's large, got lots of seating areas, 2 floors. It has plenty of space between, and it's like a midweek sort of thing. When it's a pretty good crowd, but not a real. It's not a sad crush sort of thing.
Gotcha.
And it's actually getting pretty close to the time that Zell said his date was.
Is there any music in here? Like any live performers or what?
There is not, although there is what looks like sort of an alcove with a kind of a raised platform thing in it that looks like they could easily put a musical group there.
Okay.
And you specifically would know that there are sometimes, people will perform there, and that's what that is for. You've seen some pretty decent ones there. I'll let you decide whether you've performed there yourself.
I'll say I have. Because like I said, I'm more about the music than the academics. So
Mm-hmm.
I've probably spent much of my time performing.
So, is that what
Is it kind of
would you like to do?
no.
It's acceptable. For anyone with either in the School of Music or with decent talent that especially is known, if they wanted to just go up and start playing that's an accepted thing. If some random person that nobody knows went up there, that would be kind of but
yeah, that's what I was getting at. I might, when the time comes, I might play a little romantic ditty to set the mood for him.
yeah, nice. I like it. That is definitely doable. Okay, so it's about time. Where are you guys going to position yourselves?
Are we sending Stone our information to him right now?
You can sending Stone some of it.
Use message, so as long as I'm within 120 feet, I'm fine. So I'll just stay at the bar.
Oh, that's a good thought. Yeah.
Nice.
Can with message remind me about message? Can they give a reply back?
Yes.
Highly convenient. That's even more discreet than the sending stones.
But if somebody else wants to have a stone to talk to him too, then
Yeah.
totally fine too.
Well, if nothing else, we'd want him to know what her favorite food was.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell him that she enjoys stories and history on the last war.
Yep.
Okay. Stories to last.
Maybe
Okay.
pick up a book along the way.
Yeah. I'll tell him, what her favorite meal is, and suggest that he offers that as.
Good plan.
Okay. So you see a young woman fitting the description you've been told come in and sort of look around, and then she takes a seat at a table for two near the fireplace. And shortly afterwards, you see Zell come in. And he sees her wave, and he grins kind of nervously, and he goes over and sits down with her. So, we need... I need somebody... Are any of you going to be close enough to overhear what's going on there, or are you going to rely on the sending stones?
Well, I was planning to walk up and say a few.
Oh, yes, you were. Yes, you were.
And those words would be, "Oh, Zell, thank you so much for that novel of Sire Before the War. It's fascinating. Thank you so much."
So are you going to do that real early on, or are you going to let them get settled in first?
I would probably wait until they've ordered their meal before they've had a chance to get too much into their own conversation.
Okay. All right, so...
Sort of like a
Before you order, you're
free,
just talking about the menu.
sort of like a free seat anywhere near them.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, you're able to find that. Is anyone going to be with you there?
I'll sit. Amos.
So Amos and Angus and whomever else go sit.
Well, Arlick was saying that he found a table nearby with a few chairs.
Nice, perfect. With our the dwarves.
Okay, so... All right, so we are going to do... Somebody roll me a D8.
Oops, you beat me to it. And yours is, well, I don't know if it's better or worse.
Who knows?
Okay, so Zell flags down the barkeep to order drinks. And he sort of smiles at her. Are you going to... Did he know what her favorite drink was? Was that in his notes? I
Yeah,
don't have
those are his notes.
Yeah,
That's
those are
so
his
fun.
notes.
Yeah, he could know that
It's
she
just I
likes red
didn't
wine.
remember. I didn't remember if that was in the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He knew what she likes to drink, but not what her food was.
Okay,
we
so
had figured out.
I need to give... He needs to make a charisma check, which I have here somewhere. Using the...
Charisma seduction check.
Let's see. He actually is a noble, so he's got decent charisma. Oh! He ordered ale, and you notice kind of she smiles, but has a slight wrinkle to her nose in it.
Got flustered.
He got flustered, yeah. Okay. And he kind of noticed it, and so he's getting a little even more flustered and all. Okay. Okay. Are you going to try and intervene now, or are you going to wait for...
I'll message to him that, maybe you can work that in there sometime. Don't worry, you've got this.
You were messaging... I missed just the first part of that. You messaged him what?
Yeah, I was messaging that to Zell. Just telling him, remember, she prefers red wine, so got this, big guy.
And the barkeep hasn't heard it. It's like, oh wait, you prefer the Starview Red, don't you? And he says, no, let's change that to the Starview Red. Right. He sort of smiles at her. And it's like, oh.
He smiles, but there's, broccoli in his teeth.
Oh, okay. So we've got a bit of a recovery here. And he sort of feels a little more comfortable. Okay, somebody give me another D8. Oh, actually, wait. Did Faye walk? Oh,
Yeah,
Faye's
so right
talking
before I
to
go
Amos. Faye is talking to
Yeah.
Amos. Never mind. Okay, you guys have got that. Okay, so somebody give me a D8. Oh, I see. We had two of them before. We had a 6 as well. I missed the 6. How did I miss a 6? So
Oh, sweet.
Gia, the young woman, while they're sort of waiting, she sort of clears her throat and says, so do you remember any battle tactics from the last war that I should write into my history assignment? And he gets a little bit of a deer in the headlights stare. Let's see.
I didn't say that
Oh!
I was close enough to hear this yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, so he actually has a panic thought and then remembers something he heard in a history class and actually, he remembers his uncle talking about an event, and he actually even starts getting a little bit animated as he's talking about the story. And she smiles and leans forward with that really interested, intense, focused look on her face. Oh, so he pulled that one out. Okay. Let's try another D8. Do we have another D8 in here already? No. Someone want to give me a D8? And or if Brandy wants to come up and do her spiel, let's see, we have a 3.
I saw a good reaction, so I'm going to give it a little time.
Okay. Okay. So go ahead.
So Amos, it's been a while since I played in front of a crowd. Give me a little guidance, inspiration before I perform.
Absolutely.
Give him a little high fives. I take that guidance on. I'm gonna head towards the stage while this next interaction happens.
Okay. And as he wraps up his story, and Gia sits back and is clearly pleased, and she says, "Oh, in my transmutation class yesterday, I learned to cast rope trick, and I always kind of wondered sort of where the rope comes from and where it goes and all of this. And they're starting to get into a thoughtful and then a little bit playful kind of discussion about extra-dimensional space. And he looks like he's probably got this one. And he's got this one. He looks like he is having fun and that this is a good conversation." And that kind of comes to an end, and a little bit of awkward silence sort of falls.
So
That's a
Faye,
good time for me to. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
So Faye will get on stage and begin to play something maybe from like a war song she's heard, something a little romantic, something a little melancholy, and just try to go for that feel with it.
Oh, love it. Give me a performance check. Roll.
Plus that guidance.
So what? Do we have hero points? Do we have hero points?
Yes. Oh my goodness. You have both. You actually have 2 hero points because you did the background, the whatever it was. Anyways, yes. Oh, don't sing that one. Oh. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, my oh my. No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The hero point at D6.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Faye, you are destined. You are absolutely destined. However, you're off to a rocky start, and Zell looks up at you. And he kind of chuckles, and he looks over at Gia and says, "Well, she's kind of having an off night, isn't she?" And Gia kind of smiles and kind of chuckles and laughs, and so that turns out okay. Okay, and we're up. It's getting a little later into the evening. They've eaten their meal. Do you still want to?
Planning to go be.
Oh,
Go
actually,
over there
yeah.
at a convenient time, but yeah, I was going to go after the order. got there.
That's
There was a
true,
look
and
on
I
their
forgot to
conversation.
mention that they were ordering. But let's go do it. Let's
Okay.
pull this off.
Okay.
We'll end with a bang here, except it was in the middle.
I'll walk up there and say, Zell, I'm so glad I've seen you here. I wanted to thank you so much for pointing out that book on the history of Sire before the Great War, the last war. It's
Oh.
very fascinating. Thank you so much for telling me about it.
Oh,
And I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely
Oh.
meal. With this
oh,
lovely
oh! You're welcome. Yeah, that's great. Give me some sort of charisma-based check, whatever you like,
All right. Let's see.
and we'll see how well Zell pulls this off. Oh, he's a little flustered, but let's see how well you do.
Not too great.
Oh, let's see. Is there any
No
reason you
books,
could
I
have
use
advantage on this?
While
Wasn't
she's
quite as
laughing at
smooth
my
as I was hoping.
lack of performance.
Yeah. Well, and we can have that a little bit. And we've had some other really good rolls, and he looks a little surprised and a little bit pleased, and all, and he does sort of think to say,
I'm sure I
"Oh,
walked right past.
huh."
Sorry, I'm sure I walked past Amos on the way there. He could have given me guidance because yeah, it's a little late now probably. But if
But
you want to allow it, then
he thinks, "Oh, well, sure. I mean, we're here to have fun, right?"
Hey, you got 2 hero
Yeah.
points.
oh, that's right. I'll just use a hero. That's better.
Okay. Yes. And
Oh,
and
then
he manages
so, yeah.
to
Hey.
catch it too, and sort of say, "Oh, wow!" And he turns and says, I had no idea it would have that kind of effect." And she gets that look on her face, like that, when you're dealing with a really nice guy who just doesn't realize how nice he is, that kind of half charmed look, sort of thing. It's like, "Aren't you a sweetie?" sort of thing. So
I'll look at her and say, "Stick with this one. He's a nice guy." And I'll walk off and sit back in the bar.
And she gives kind of that little smile as she sort of looks back at him in the corner of her eye. Okay, so at the end of the evening, let's see. So as they're packing up to leave, and she lets him help her with her shawl and all, and as they get to the doorstep and they're about to say good night and all, she gives him a quick kiss on the cheek and says, "Again tomorrow?" And he is just he's practically floating 3 inches off the ground. You can just see him. And so she gives kind of a little, head tilt to him as she sort of turns and walks away to head back to her door. And he's almost, and so as you come out behind him and all, he's about to walk into a lamppost.
I'll let him.
He is just, it's this. And he kind of reaches out and he hands you the sending stone that he had as well. He says, "You know what? You guys can keep those. That was really nice. Oh, I am so, yeah."
I'll say, Zell,
Hmm?
that was mostly you, buddy. You did a good job. Nice work.
And he just, yeah. And you all each earn another hero point. I need to highlight the hero point stuff when you guys earn them, because I'm clearly not looking at the book enough to notice they bold it, but it's like, yeah. Let's see, you also each get a hero point because you talked to Ivlo. Nope, no hero point.
Is Faye still performing?
That's a good question. Is Faye still performing?
Yeah, she's trying to redeem herself. She's gonna switch to a upbeat tune.
Okay, give me another performance roll.
I'm scared.
So
You are
August is
distracted
going to
tonight.
come up to the stage.
14. I'm using a
Say-
hero point. I'm using a hero point. I'm going
Time
with
to
the
go,
14.
friend. Time to go. This cloud ain't worth it.
Okay. So, what?
Oh look, there are my green sixes. Trying to reset, trying to get the rolls going.
So, what you gonna do next?
I got so absorbed in that little side.
You've talked to Zell. You've found out who probably made the oracle, so you kind of know where to go for that.
Flame Wind to talk about the Draconic Prophecy.
You can do that.
And then
Should probably do that.
investigating, we found out a location of Arulin.
Yes,
We
you
had
don't
our,
quite have
our
that
side girl
yet. You don't quite have that yet. And I will tell you that you are not going to get the next word on that tonight.
Okay.
It's
So
gonna come up later.
So that's
guys,
another
we
module.
wanna see go talk to Flamewind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Fine by me.
So what Faye knows here. You know that the deans of Morgrave only grant audiences when the Sphinx sends for specific people. And there is no way to convince them, bribe them, manipulate them, anything. That's not going to go anywhere. However, Faye also knows that Flamewind resides in Lareth Hall at the top of Dalanan Tower, where the library is. And, oh, actually, Faye probably would not have had a key. However, because Zell was also directing you there, Zell slipped you guys a key to get into the tower. But he does say, you didn't get this from me, right? And don't
Of course
get
not.
caught. And if you get caught, I've never heard of any of you people. So that will get you up there, but you might have to get past anybody who's there. You're going to have to be on the sneaky side. So,
Well, with these rolls I'm having tonight, I'm about to get kicked out of the college.
Faye, you're going to get advantage on any of your of the knowledge checks about it because of your background. So you know that the way to get there is through a set of stairs ending up at a locked door up from the library. And the library is to get up into Lareth Hall. And Lareth Hall contains the master's office, the registrar, the bursar's office, all of those, and other faculty offices and things are also up there in Lareth Hall. So you're familiar with the stairway up from the library, and you're kind of familiar with the layout of that. The doors are all locked, and I'm actually going to make you make either a deception or persuasion. Well, maybe a history or some sort of intelligence check. I want you to roll, maybe even just roll a d20, Faye, to see whether you know. There's one piece of information I'm not sure you would know. Actually, give me deception, because it also depends on how devious you were and mischievous. This is Ungus. This is not Forgotten Realms. This is Eberron.
Oh, sorry. Yep, that's right. Okay. That too.
What are the Forgotten Realms?
I've forgotten all
don't
about them,
remember
I
that.
do assure you. 20. Okay, so you've actually done a little bit of sneaking around after hours, and you are aware that the locked doors are protected with an alarm spell that alerts the Sharn Watch. and that they are reasonably prompt about responding to alarms from Lareth Hall. But anyway, so Flamewind's thing is in a separate chamber up in the top of the dome, and there's a stairwell up in the center of the hall.
How high up is the top of the dome? Or is there a window or something like that we could possibly...
Question. I think 120 feet, if I recall. The central dome is 120 feet at its highest point. Okay.
Is there a window or something between here and there?
There are, because Faye is familiar with the place, I'm going to go ahead and move you over to the map. And I did not put any dynamic lighting on this map or anything. So what you have here, if I can get this, you have...
I can confirm we can see.
Offices. Oh, lighting. Thank you for speaking
No.
early.
We can. I can confirm we can see.
You can see. Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay,
We
so
are good.
this is the main entrance from. There's sort of a sky bridge there because Sharon has got towers everywhere and has got bridges across from towers and so forth. And so this is the main entrance, and it is locked after hours. But there's the stairway from the library comes up through here. And you know that you can get up there, although there's a locked door here. So then around here, this particular image, there's kind of, you can barely see, at these places, there are archways between the outer walkway that has the doors to all the various offices and sort of the central area, which has bookcases kind of circled around and reading desks. Oh, and you can't see her yet. You don't know she's there. Anyways, but this is the layout of the place that Faye knows. We got chairs and reading desks and bookshelves, and this is kind of a common area for faculty and staff where they can look things up, research things, have some quiet time, all that. And then in the center is the circular staircase that goes up to Flamewind's quarters. So, you're going to have to go through at least one locked door.
And where do I know these alarms are?
Every locked door. I know you guys aren't seeing this, but I'm having Roll20 issues trying to get the picture on my frame. It's an awkward size, one of those sizes that Roll20, if you scroll up a little bit, it cuts off part of it. If you scroll down a little bit, you can't see it. And anyway, I'm just fussing with the technology, don't mind me.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Anybody who's spent any amount of time in Roll20 knows. So yeah, all of the doors, if you wanted to try and get into any of the offices, these doors are all locked. But these are not actually doors. The ones between the outer walkway and the inner area are actually archways rather than doors. I'm assuming that one's an archway too, even though on the map it was drawn like doors, because it makes no sense to have doors here and archways everywhere else.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a silly...
I have seen sillier in some modules, but... There's some where you just have to make stuff up because what's in the module just makes no sense. Either that or you just have to tell the players, okay, guys, this is how, anyway.
It's decorative. Yeah, that's it.
Breaking the mood here. I'm sorry. So, what's the plan?
And the alarms won't go off if they're unlocked with a key, right?
They won't go off if they're unlocked with a key. True. They only trigger when they are tampered with. And so you can get... Let's see, you have... Which key did you have? Zell. A key to Dullinan Tower. So you do not have a key here, but you don't have to go through any locked doors before you get to this one. So you're going to have at least one locked one. Are you still in your finest attire? That's a very good question. Are you still in your finest attire?
I am. I am in my school garb.
If there's
I wouldn't
anyone
change.
wandering around after hours, you will look less out of place if you are in your finest attire.
All right.
Well, I am in my scholarly clothes, so
That looks very in place.
Angus is in this commoner's outfit with his makeshift bow tie.
I just love that image.
So where do we
actually.
need to get in here?
So
Where
you're
do we
gonna
need to get
you're
to in
gonna
here?
need to get to the central staircase to go up, and then you're gonna have to figure out how to get into Flame Wind's chambers. There is a door at the top of these stairs to Flame Wind's chambers.
and nobody has dispel magic.
I don't know.
I don't.
Does anybody?
I do not.
Amos does have dispel magic.
Okay, well, with I don't know, like if I just know, or maybe like an Arcana roll, will I know if a dispel magic will
Oops, I didn't.
get rid of the alarm?
I could detect magic. I have that. Never mind.
Dispel magic has a good chance. I'd have to look up the level of the alarm spell. And who did I get off on this side here? Bother. Oh, there we go. Did I get everybody's tokens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, I missed somebody. Whoever's on the very far left. Let me see.
That's Brandy.
Brandy. I missed Brandy. Actually, I pasted Brandy, but Brandy's way off to the left. There we go.
There she is.
Okay, so what's the plan? How are you going to tackle this thing?
Do we have a way to turn off this alarm? I'm not. Because did you say you don't have dispel? You have detect.
No, I do have dispel.
Okay.
Let's try it. Let's try casting dispel
Yeah.
magic on the.
Is there any way we can determine like if he needs to cast? Like I said,
Okay,
that's
so
third level, you might not
Amos.
be able.
So Amos will be first up the stairs then. Okay, any spell of 3rd level or lower. I need to do a quick lookup of the alarm spell.
For 4th and higher, there's a check.
Yeah, and alarm is 1st level.
Yep.
So, poof. You can kind of tell that just because you're experienced with this sort of thing, that you can tell that there was magic there and it is gone. It had an effect. Your spell went off. But the door is still locked.
I produced the key.
The
Hand
key
it
got
to-
you to here. The
Oh, right,
key
right,
was to the tower,
The key
not
got
to
me
this
here.
hall. Yeah, the key got you
So
to
Amos
here.
that, and
Somebody,
I'll take out my thieves' tools.
Okay. I assume this is what the nudging was about. Alrighty. And you get a click. Nice magic. Okay, so that door is unlocked and open, and you may progress in.
Nice. Well done.
And now that you are
So-
actually there, hang on. Let's see, I need to. Oh, fuss. There we go. Okay. Now that you are there, you can see a professor sitting at one of the tables. And she looks up and kind of where is she? Ah, here she is. She kind of blinks away sort of the fog of reading. She'd been very intently focused on that. Oh, actually, she can't see you right there because you aren't by, there's a wall there. You aren't by the arch. Never mind.
Before I start meta looking at the map, do I know that Professor Nidrin is usually in here?
You would not know, no. That was why I had made her invisible earlier, but I forgot this pesky wall here. Pesky walls. Because the archway's down over here. So you could give me a perception check and you might be able to hear some rustling papers, or a sigh or a shuffle or a squeak of the chair. Or...
Yeah, I'll do that before. Anybody else?
Oh, I should look at your
Not me.
passives.
Not me. I'm a little on edge, distracted.
Very, yeah. Let's see. Actually, let's see. No, perception, passive perception. None of you have fantastic passive perception. You got some passive, really impressive passive investigations, but okay. You guys have no idea there's somebody there.
Let's just go.
I will
What
walk
are you waiting for?
towards that. Being a student or a TA,
Oh,
we'll walk up.
although I rolled a 1. This door here opens up and a professor steps out into the hallway and looks surprised to see you. He looks like he's packed up and ready to go home and about to lock up his office. Oh, what are you lot doing here?
Exams, am I right?
Right, lots of studying.
Give me deception.
Got to use my noggin.
You might try using your noggin to knock him out.
So Angus walks forward and speaking, it's hard getting all this work done around here.
Yeah, give me a deception. Do better than Arlick did.
All my ways of knocking someone out are rather noisy.
God.
He starts to stand up and look sternly at you. You're up to shenanigans, I know it.
Angus is going to headbutt him. Try to knock him unconscious.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. Strength based. I guess that'd be athletics.
All right, so just an athletics.
Faye, actually being a member here, could have probably pulled this off, but oh, okay, fine. Let's see here. What token should I use? I'll use a I'll just use a noble that looks nice and pompous. You have an unconscious professor lying there on the floor. Where is the nearest? Let's see, there's one here and one there. Nope, there's not there. Let me look at her passive. Nope, she doesn't notice a thing. Okay. So far, so good.
Great. So Angus whispers, gonna drag him back in his office.
He's back in his office.
And shoves him in there and shuts the door.
Angus, do you have a flask on you?
Afraid I didn't bring any with me. No.
I was going to say, pour some booze on him. Somebody.
I think he's drunk, yeah.
That's a brilliant idea.
Oh, well. We'll save it for next time when we have booze.
Okay. So if you're not doing
Oh, I
that,
got
what are
another
you doing?
idea. We'll put him behind his, like to the side of his chair and tip it over like he fell out of his chair.
Perfect. And shut the door.
You
There you
guys
go.
are natural student pranksters here.
Trying to remember those 40 years back.
I know, right? Okay.
I done my duty.
And you did it well. Good job.
Okay. So you know you need to get into the center of this.
Lead on, Faye. You know where you're going, right?
I'm trying not to be meta, but now that we've encountered a professor, would I have the thought to try to be stealthy now?
Probably, because especially if you've done pranks in here before, you're going to get the occasional wandering professor through. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll walk up to the archway, stealthing, and see what I see inside.
Give me stealth. You're doing fine. She doesn't notice a thing. She's busily reading and writing.
I peek in, I see her, and then I kind of quietly tell the party, there's a professor in here. Any ideas?
Well, I could make a noise.
Probably want to make
could
it.
headbutt her.
Yep, that works too.
Let's try not to knock out every professor here.
Why, seems fitting to me.
Well, I would like that, at least for some of them. Enough knocked out might raise a little too much suspicion. If we draw her away, we should probably do it the opposite direction of this room.
Well, if we spread out a little bit, I could, make a minor illusion of, somebody knocking on this door here where we're at now, and maybe she'll come check it. And while she's distracted, we can beat feet up the stairs. And Nungus, you can stay there and headbutt her.
I like that idea.
Well, all I see is you guys are all still standing around that doorway.
What we want to try?
All right, so we're gonna let me understand that. We're gonna break up, make a mage hand at the door, and then you want me to charge in and headbutt her?
No, I think trying to
but same thing.
try to get her to go answer the door so we can
Yeah.
charge up the stairs.
Ah, okay. All right.
Either
So
way, I'll do minor
headbutting.
illusion, the sound of somebody knocking at the door. And
Yeah.
then, yeah.
So no headbutting. Fine.
Now that'll be plan B.
I mean,
Plan B.
I can make things that make noise. I mean, me and Arlac can do that.
Yeah, that's true.
We have
I
things that
forgot
make
somebody can
noise.
do that.
Or we can make anything make noise, actually.
Well, I can, from 30 feet, I can make the sound of somebody knocking on the door. That
There
might
you
be
go, man.
enough to get her attention.
Okay. So let's see. How
Right.
far is 30 feet here? Where's the measuring?
That's about where I am now, I think.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a little too far.
But the rest can be, but if the rest are on the other side of you, it should work.
Yeah,
out
the
okay.
others can be wherever.
All right. I still
do it
see
from there.
Amos and Connor and Vila down here by the doorway.
Where
Were
were
we supposed to split up or stay together? Sorry, I missed.
Either way, we can different.
If you go past
Gotta
this,
be careful walking
if you,
by that archway, though.
yeah, if you go past this archway, I'll need a stealth check.
Got it.
Can I just minor
Actually-
illusion the archway? How big is the archway?
Oh,
it's probably big at 5 feet.
it- yeah.
Fine.
I mean, it's not that large. Let's see. Oh, I should have read the description. Let's see. The door opens into a curved hallway with plush red carpet and rosewood wainscoting on the walls. The doors are evenly spaced on the outside. Those are the ones to the offices, which you already knew. The other side has framed portraits. Oh yes, there are framed portraits of people wearing serious expressions. And a small plaque on the frame of each painting names a professor and the years of their tenure.
If you're gonna make the sound of a door knock, I'm going to, down in this area, I'm gonna touch the carpet and do a magical tinkering to make it smell like burning books, which should be the scariest thing they know about.
Ooh, okay.
Try to get her to freak out.
I
Brilliant.
Like
Okay.
it. Vila, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just gonna wait next to this.
No, not there, because she'll most likely
She'll
come
steer
from
there.
She'll probably
Through
come
that
through this archway.
Oh, that's where. Okay. We're trying to.
Yeah, she's going to be going through this archway, coming out to this door.
Oh, okay.
Right. We kind of want to be out of sight, out of mind, and just bolt for that staircase.
Okay, so you're casting a spell to make racket back here.
Yeah, it'll be loud, frantic sounding, pounding, and muffled voice saying, "Help! Help! Help!"
Okay, and let's see. Vila, you're up. Oops, I didn't mean to grab you. How did I grab you? Go away. Ah! Roll 20. Fine, I'll do it this way. There. From up there, wherever you are, I can't see through the token menu. Okay, you peeking around the corner would be able to see what Professor Nidrin does. Oh, did you want to relock the door?
That way she has to, instead of just opening the door, now she'd have to unlock it. Just add a little more time to what she's doing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Plus, it would have been locked before, so don't want to be suspicious.
Okay, I need another thieves' tools then.
Alrighty. Damn. Let me get that.
Oh yeah, nice.
Smooth as
It's locked.
silk. Smooth as silk.
Oh, should I be really rude and arcane lock it?
It would keep her there longer.
Yeah, I'll arcane lock it as well. I'll use.
Okay, so we're going to
My
have
innate
noise
lock.
to draw her there. We've got a tinkered illusion of the smell of burning books. We're going to have an arcane lock on it.
That's my innate one.
Okay. All right. So this will all happen when I see a mage hand or whatever spell you're using to make, or the illusion spell, whatever you're using to make the noise. When I see that in chat, you will have done it. In the meanwhile,
Gotcha.
I will shuffle some pages here because she is reading and studying and writing. Scritchy, 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 scritch. And she's like,
There you go.
she pauses and goes, "Who's there? What's that?" And it continues, and
sounding a little more frantic. Let us out! Let us out!
And she
Fire.
pushes back the chair, and she comes out, and she goes through here, and she comes out, and she comes out here, and she's like, "What on earth?" And okay, give me some movement speed. Up to the stairway in the middle, and let me get some descriptions here. Okay, so as you come in here, large panes of glass form a dome overhead, which stretches over 100 feet high and is decorated with stained glass that depicts major moments in Corvair's history. A spiral staircase in the center of the hall ascends to a room at the apex of the dome, which is made of rosewood, even though it's a glass dome. Rosewood reading tables and elegant seating are spaced throughout the hall, while curved bookcases follow. You can see all that. Okay, so as you go there and you start going your way up the stairs, the sound of glass breaking forces everyone to look up. Hooded figures armed with spears and longswords leap through a hole in the curved glass dome and magically float down to the floor. In their midst is an armored Rakshasa, a feline warrior with the head of a tiger. A rope slung around his waist coils up to a wooden ship hovering in the air outside. Yeah. And
I think we just saved the professor's life there.
And as you are standing there in surprise, the Rakshasa purrs. This is grand. Oh, actually, I have to ask a question. Are your defenders still carrying the oracle?
No, I thought we left it
With
what's his
Dead
face?
I thought you did too. Yeah. Okay. But this is grand. I was told I'd get information about the machine, and I've got the source here that I can get the information from. And let's roll some initiative, because initiative is so much fun. I'm just going to have all the bad guys go on one turn.
Don't Rakshasas have backwards hands?
Yeah, their thumbs backwards or something weird like that.
Do they really?
Yeah, their
Yep.
hands are like
upside
reversed.
down. Yeah,
Like you
palms
move
up.
the hand and your left hand to your right arm, your left hand to your right. Reverse your hands, but everything else is fine.
How many hero points do we
The
have?
artistry they had on the sheet didn't indicate that. But then what do I know? Okay, let's see here.
If you haven't used any, you have 3. Bill.
I think I'm going to use one. Just because. Is it D6?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Well, that was a waste. But got me one better.
Okay, and where... Okay.
I updated already.
Perfect. Okay. Amos. What do you do?
These don't look friendly, so Amos is going to cast Spirit Guardians, and these kind of spectral forms of spirits, divine spirits, kind of in the shape of fire, start orbiting around about 15 feet around his position, and he crouches and waits.
Who do you have to specify someone to, right?
It will damage the bad guys and not the good guys.
Not if like a scholar comes in mid-fight.
Yeah. We'll just say the Rakshasas and the feline assailant, presumably.
Can you post the description in chat for me again?
Oh, of course. Yeah, sorry.
I've seen Spirit Guardians numerous times, but it's kind of like, okay.
So it's a concentration spell, so I'll be concentrating
Right.
on that.
I usually use a little stopwatch for concentration, but that's okay. As long as you know what the icon means, that's the important thing. Okay. Their speed is and when the creature enters the area for the first time, I suggest that you put this put up a 15-foot aura around your token. And then we know that they if they enter that in or start their turn there, they make a wisdom save, and they take you're good or neutral, aren't you? I haven't looked at your alignment.
I am.
Okay, so they take radiant damage. Okay. Oh, no, not like that's not what I meant. Let's see, where are you here? You're here. I need to be on the right layer. This was 15 foot?
Yeah.
You shall put a 15-foot aura around you. So that moves with you.
Great.
Let me make sure I have the permissions all set up right. Does everybody see Amos's aura?
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. Yep. Hey, I got something done right. Okay. Anything else, Amos?
That'll be it. Maybe he'll creep around to the side right there.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
practical question though. We came here in our Sunday best.
Mm-hmm.
So, does that mean my halberd is on me? And no armor, or no halberd, no armor?
Well, you had some time to plan, but you did have your Sunday best. What makes sense for your character? If your character never goes anywhere without the halberd, you definitely have that. The armor might be a little questionable.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Faye.
I will be fair and say I do not have my armor on. Because I was definitely trying to look like I do when I'm here. So I will take that off. My AC is now 13.
Okay.
Faye will back up a bit. Look at this Rakshasa. Say, you want information from us? Looks like the only information you need is how to fix your hands. And I will vicious mock him.
Wisdom. Let's see how wise. Saves. Not at all wise. Take psych. Oh, any resistance to psychic? I don't think so. Nope. Takes it all. 5 points of psychic.
Then I will give Vila Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
That's my turn.
You're gonna move. Oh, you did move a little. You're gonna move any more? I am gonna say. I am gonna say the desks are difficult terrain, and the bookcases are barriers you have to go around.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
The
going
chairs aren't that hard to get around, so I won't worry about that. Okay, Vila. You are up on the stairs, but there's no railing or anything on these stairs, and you're not very far up yet.
Or when everyone was putting on their Sunday best clothes, was that for helping Zell, or is it when we came to the tower?
It was for blending in the whole university thing.
Oh, okay. We'll say I don't have mine either then. Puts me at 15. And then I will cast a spell. I'm gonna go ahead and cast the web
Wet. Oops.
over. We're gonna get everyone but the very bottom guy.
20-foot cube. Let's see here. Oh, fuss. Let's get. There we go. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20-foot cube.
Oh wait, that's not right. Look, this one.
All right. You want it around there?
Yes.
Actually, what I'll do. Let's see. Oh, would help if I use the select tool. Okay. Ah, don't select him. Select the template. Hold on that up. Oh, come on. It's not going to let me move it. It's really not going to let me move it. All right. I'm going to say it's half a square. Here we go. Aha. You get them all. All right. Web. At a point within the range, which also means this thing needs to have. It fills the area. It is now difficult terrain and lightly obscured. It is not anchored between two solid masses. It is layered across the floor. Webs layered over a flat surface have a depth of 5 feet. Must make a dex save or is restrained. Okay, on the start of their turn. All right. Nice. So nothing happens yet until the start of their turn. Perfect. And you are concentrating.
I am, and then I'm going to move. You said desks are difficult, right?
Desks are difficult, yes.
I'll come over here and then bite this guy.
Bite! Chomp! Sniff, my poor raider.
That would be
My poor raider has an armor class. Yes, he does. Okay. And you beat his armor class. That is a hit. Force Empowered Rend. I gather that counts as a magical attack.
yes, force.
Force. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Ungus, what are you going to do?
Angus is gonna move forward, and does this put him in reach range with the halberd for the kitty cat?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, because you have a 10-foot reach on with the halberd, right?
Yeah.
It sure does.
So Angus is going to attack with this halberd.
Ooh!
Nice.
27
That
for
is a hit.
21.
Yikes.
And then he's going to do it again.
Oh, I was waiting for you to do it again.
25
That's
for
my
7.
God. You are chopping. You are taking pieces of fur and flesh off this
Oh.
thing. He's
Are you going
mad.
for the
I
kill?
should say that he prior to that bonus action summoned his halberd, which is on the same plane of existence, to his
Okay.
hand.
Ooh, very nice.
And he is going to action surge,
Okay.
and he's going to attack again with his halberd on the kitty cat.
That's a miss.
And he's going to roll his hero point, which is a d6.
Okay. Let's see, you make 2 attacks, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you will also get another attack on your action surge then, yes.
I
But
will,
yes,
but I'm
Yeah.
still going to use this.
go ahead. Brings you to 14.
14.
That is still a miss.
All right,
You put
so
extra
then-
heroic effort in, but he still manages to twist and turn out of the way because he's not restrained quite yet. Timing issues
do
with
it
the whole
again.
turn thing.
Nope. Okay, and that is Ungus's turn.
Arlick, what do you got for me?
Alrighty, I will move up a little bit to here, and
Mhm.
then I'm going to point at a book on that desk
Mm-hmm.
and catapult it
At?
sort of diagonally through those 3.
Through those
Like
3. Okay, so we need 2 Sky Raider deck saves and 1 Rakshasa deck save.
Well, whoever fails it first takes the damage. The rest would be fine.
Okay, so we'll do it in order then. That's 1 Sky Raider who failed it and took the damage.
There you go.
Perfect. That makes a lot of sense.
And then
Wait,
let's see.
bludgeoning. Yeah.
And then escape will move up, and he will rend.
My poor Sky Raider. He's being all attacked upon.
They started.
But you missed. Ha ha ha. You're going to have to bite more cleverly than that.
And I'll move up one more
Which is
spot.
probably going
and
to
I'm done.
jinx him next time. Okay, is that your turn?
Yep.
And we have the bad guys. Okay, so the Rakshasa. Oh, what is he going to do with this? Oh, oops, I forgot
Don't
he had
forget
that.
they're webbed.
Oh, thank you. They all have to make, is it wisdom saves? What deck saves? What sort of saves here? Give me some saves.
Dex.
Deck saves, yes. So I'm gonna make a whole bunch of deck saves. So we got 1 of those. And we got, how many of these others? 6 of them, I think. Yep. 6.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So
Succeed.
we have a restraint. Actually, only one. Oh no, 2 of them. 2 of the Sky Raiders. Okay, so we are restrained. 3. What was your DC?
It's 15, so it's 3.
15. Okay. Oh, you're right. You're right. You are not restrained. But you are restrained. You are not. You are. Okay. And so restrained. I don't know why I always have to look this up. Conditions.
Should be 0 movement and
You'd
disadvantage.
think by now I would know these things. I'm sure about the 0 movement, and I think you're right about the disadvantage. And attack rolls against them have advantage, and they have disadvantage. Okay. Perfect. Can do. Okay, so he cannot move, so he cannot reach any of you with his sword. He thinks this is highly annoying, frankly.
He can use an action to try to break out.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna do that at strength, right? I assume?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for relinking that. Strength DC, what's the strength DC again?
15.
Ah. Okay.
Wow.
He breaks free. And he's mad. And he does not have any sort of interesting bonus action. And he doesn't get to use his multi-attack, and he's just spitting mad. Okay. So,
Does he get his movement back when he's no longer restrained?
it's difficult terrain. But he's
Oh.
used his entire action to break free. So he could move up, but he's going to stay where he is for the moment. Sky Raiders. Right, so the first one is at disadvantage, but he is within longsword of that defender. So he is going to attack twice. Grins at that kitty! Oh, with disadvantage. Oh, I wish if this weren't AL, I could use fumble tables. Oh. Does a 15 get through?
That's a good question.
I think
it does.
it does. It does. So your little,
Needs to
that's
make
a goat,
wisdom
right?
save as well.
Yep.
So your goat takes 10 slashing damage. That's gonna.
Yeah, he has to
that's
make a
Ren's
wisdom
the.
save too.
That
The
makes.
Sky Raiders, the one enemy in Spirit Guardian range, so it's a wisdom save.
Oh, thank you. Yes, wisdom save. Ooh, failed. So he can't. What can't he do?
It's just 14 radiant damage.
14 radiant damage. Nice. Big
Shoot 'em a bit.
chunk. It's all. Oh, I'm glad I used orange. It's all glowing and he's mad. Okay. So, actually, let me go ahead and. Oh, he's the only one within range. Yeah, he's the only one within range.
That's right.
All right. So the next one is not restrained, difficult terrain, but he's going to manage to get himself out and around there, and he's going to come up and he's going to swipe at Amos. Look out, Amos!
Oh no, he needs to make a wisdom.
He's
save
in there again. Yes, he
for
is.
entering, yeah.
He does not have advantage, so he fails and takes how much? 15? 14.
14. Maybe he'll break my concentration though.
He might break your concentration. We're about to find out because he is going to attack you twice. He is mad and he does not have advantage and he misses you dreadfully both times. He's got such a... Oh, it's radiant. He doesn't have a headache from radiant. His eyes are just dazzled. This guy is restrained. He could try to throw a spear, and he is going to try and throw a spear at Amos at disadvantage. Disadvantage spear thrown. Ooh,
That's a hit.
that will hit.
No,
But now he doesn't
That's a-
have a spear, so he cannot make a second attack with that.
Yeah,
My
but it's at
AC
disadvantage. So
It
It's only 10.
is because he's restrained. That is not a hit.
So do we have armor? Like my AC is 10 without my armor or my shield, which I would usually have.
you don't have any dex.
Nope.
Oh, then I guess you did get it.
Okay, give me a con save to see if
Wait,
that concentration falls.
What's your AC?
AC's 10.
All right, I'll cut that.
Oh, nice.
Cutting words.
I don't even need to roll because a 1.
Right.
Can't be
a
less than
will
1.
do it. Nice. Whew. That was close.
All right. Nice. All right. This guy can move out. That's 10. And he can come up here to Vila. Hi, Vila!
Is he in my range? Did he just walk into my 10-foot range?
Yes, he did. That last step took him in your 10-foot range.
Oh,
You
well.
want to do something with those two attacks, particularly the second one?
So I'm going to use my reaction to hit him as he walked into your range.
Okay.
21 for
Ooh,
10.
That will definitely hit.
This is why I never give him bardic inspiration.
However, that second, that explains why the first one didn't hit. However, that second slice did get through, and Vila takes 4.
nice.
Why didn't that come through as a crit? Oh, because it was at disadvantage. Oh, I had disadvantage turned on, even though he doesn't have disadvantage. Well, my mistake. All right, this guy is restrained and is not going to throw his spear. This guy is not restrained and is going to attack Vila. And I'm going to take off the disadvantage this time.
I'm gonna put disadvantage on that attack.
And I'm
The
going to
first
put
attack.
disadvantage right back on it. Does it affect both attacks?
No, just the first one.
Just the first one. Okay, first one.
Ouch.
Oh, I also have to make a con save. Hold on for that.
Mhm.
So this is gonna be twice. First one,
That's a
and
fail.
I can use Bard Trick on this.
Yeah.
But then he hits me again, or I get a hit again for 7. Oh no, 9. I only got hit by the first one.
Okay.
And con save again. Okay.
What were you concentrating on again?
The web.
Right. Because Amos is concentrating on the spirit guardians.
Yes.
I've got this straight. I think I've gotten all of them. Okay, so you maintained the concentration? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Okay, Brandy.
I'm going to cast. What the heck is that spell? Armor of Agatha.
Ooh, nice. I don't remember what that does, but I remember
Nice.
it's really cool.
It gives me 15 temporary hit points.
Ooh, really nice.
Oh. I have 3rd level spells. Why is this not showing them to me? That's strange. Huh. That's weird. My D&D Beyond isn't showing spells, which I don't understand. I don't have 3rd level. I only have 2nd level. So I'll cast it at 2nd level. Never mind. It's
Okay.
not quite as good, but it's still good. And
Okay, so this does...
so it
Oh,
just
that's your
gives me
10 hit
10
points.
temporary hit points.
Okay.
And then I'm going to my little tempestuous magic when I cast that will pick me up and set me on top of this desk.
Ooh, okay.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. Back to the top of the round. Amos.
All right. Amos is going to disengage this nasty-looking fellow next to him and make his way in between Escape and Ungus. And as a bonus action, he's going to Cast Spiritual Weapon next to the feline assailant right there.
Okay.
Um,
Let's see. What do I have that we can use for a token? Well, I have a generic Will-O-Wisp. Let me make
Yeah,
this token. I will set this as a non-generic token controlled by all players. It does not need to have 22 hit points.
no. And I'll make my attack
Okay, you
on
wanted him
that.
next to. You can choose which side. You should be able to move the Will-O-Wisp.
Terrific. It's a
Will-O-Wisp
22
token is
force.
such a convenient token. Okay. Oh, that's a hit on the kitty cat. Oh, my poor kitty cat. -7. Actually, that is. Oh, yeah, definitely. Actually, he was last time. I don't remember. But, anyways, he's definitely bloodied now. Any of these other guys
All right,
bloodied?
it's Amos's turn.
All right. So now. There is a. Aha! The main doors, you hear the main doors over here. I gotta move stuff out of the way. Over here, open up. Oh, bus, I'm on the wrong layer. And someone comes racing in to join the fray. Actually, I'm gonna have back here. So, Amos, you can run 9 here as well as yourself. 9 happens to be on initiative 16. Can come in and
Perfect.
join the fray. Seems to be headed straight towards the raiders. And so I will let you take a quick second to choose what he does.
Sure. Did I have that sheet up? No, I closed. See, what was that? Is that door open or closed?
This door is now open because
the
9
one
was able to open it. And this is an archway. This is not a door because doors don't
That's an
make sense there.
archway, Okay. So 9 will crash through. Can't quite make it there. Just kind of runs into the room. I guess I could bonus action. Yeah, he'll bonus action sprint just to get in the fray. Stop right here. I assume he's friendly to these good-hearted adventurers that he finds himself with, or
Yeah. I mean, he's very focused on the Sky Raiders. He's very hostile to the Sky Raiders and Hydra. Ugh, the Rakshasa.
Is he dressed for the occasion? I guess he has his natural armor.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. He arrives battle ready.
Lovely.
He was expecting them to be here, and he's after them. And you're fighting them, so you're good guys.
All right, terrific. That's 9's turn.
Alrighty. Oops, I didn't advance to 9. Let's go to Faye.
We can't hear you if you're talking.
And you saw this Warforged come dashing in and come up to looking very hostile and about to attack the Sky Raiders. You don't know them, but they don't seem hostile to you. Faye?
Oh, I thought that was still his turn. All right, to see him do that, I'm gonna pull out my hand crossbow, and I'm gonna take a shot at this guy right here.
Okay.
Tabs open. $12 for 4.
That will miss. That will just fall into the webbing and get caught.
Okay, I don't think I have any other bonus actions. It's all in there.
Vila. You got 2 of these things in your face.
Connor's going to bite the southmost one.
Okay. Ouch! Hey! Give me some damage. Ow!
And then we're gonna move away
Okay.
and take whatever opportunity that entails.
Yeah, that's gonna give you 2 opportunity attacks, and I keep shutting the chat. And I don't know why I keep shutting the chat, because I keep hitting the W key. I don't know why I keep hitting the W key. Okay, 1 from each of them. Except
put
one of them's
disadvantage on the first one.
You'll put disadvantage on the first one. Actually, you're gonna put disadvantage on the second one because I already rolled the first one.
Okay.
I think they both miss. A 12 misses?
They both miss, yeah.
Okay, they both missed. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack this guy in the center.
Okay.
25
Ooh!
for 16.
Ooh! No, not that. Minus 16. Ooh! He is shredded. He's still moving, but he's in bad shape.
Then I'm going to pull the lance back, spin it back around, and hit him again.
Oh my goodness. Here we go, doing that again. Okay, well, yeah. So much for kitty cat.
Go right to his head.
Yeah. Basically, with a 25, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so much for
His
kitty cat.
hands fall to the ground, except they're like backwards.
Yep. Sad. My poor Rakshas. Oh, let me take it. Oh, no, I can't take him out of the tracker because he's the marker point for all of them. Okay. Anything else to throw at me? I think you still have some movement. Not that I know what that would do to me. I just did the W again. Why do I do that? Stop doing that. Karis, keep your fisties off the keyboard. Okay, brings us to Ungus.
So is that web still up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that one over there is restrained, right?
That one and this one and that one. Basically, these two down here are not restrained. The 3 that are those 3 are restrained. These 3. This one's not,
right.
and these 2 are not.
So Ungus sees all these spiritual guardians swirling around, and having fought enough with Amos, he feels pretty confident what they're going to do. If I move to there, am I subject to the restraining?
Yeah.
To where? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But it's a save. It's a save.
Got it. It's like straddling stuff. I see. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 5 feet of sticky stuff. Fit for only heffalumps
Got
and
it.
woozles. But not as
So
sweet.
Ungus is going to attack with
Bob.
his halberd. That fella right there.
Okay. Ooh!
47
Okay.
for 12. And then he's going to do it again.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's bloodied.
21 for 7.
Ooh!
And then he's going to use his bonus action to
dead
do
yet.
it one more time.
Come on, you can do it. Oh, so close.
10 for 5.
Oh, wait, 10. Miss. Oh, that one, he's stumbling on his leg is all cut up, and he's stumbling and falling from that and managed to miss the last halberd attack.
And that's Ungus's turn.
All right, Arlek.
Alrighty. No need to get right into it. So Arlak will drag his warhammer across escapes hindquarters and light up a firebolt at the northern guy. And not do much of anything. I'll throw a hero point on it. Let's see. Still
And you
won't
were
do anything.
going against which?
The northernmost guy.
Yeah,
This
no,
guy
that's,
here.
yeah. That's a miss. It goes whooshing by.
And
Faye lunges, slightly worried about books.
and then
Yeah, I know, right?
Escape will attempt to rend the one right next to him.
Where's Escape? There's Escape. Yes, the restrained one, so Escape has advantage.
Oh, that's right. It says restrained. Let me grab the other roll.
That's better. Alrighty, and I'll be nice and take the higher damage too. He's looking really bad. He is looking like a floppy chew toy. Except being a goat, Escape doesn't care. Connor might like it. Okay, anything else?
That's it.
Okay, it is the bad guys' turn, and actually, they disengage and they all gather together and grab onto the rope.
Wisdom saves, though. Lots of wisdom saves.
Lots of wisdom saves. Oh, we might actually kill some of these guys. Wisdom saves. Yeah, all right. Wisdom saves. Where have I got wisdom saves? Did I close their? I already closed their sheet. That was silly. Why did I do that? Wisdom saves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What happens to how many of them?
So 4 of them take 14, and 2 of them take 7.
Let's see, 14. That will kill this one. None of the others will be killed outright. Okay, so.
All right.
No problem. All right, so these guys, not him, he's dead. These guys grab onto the rope, and the sky, what's it, some bobber ship thing? What was it? Where is it here? Emerald Claw attack. Aha! Here we go. Yes, the Sky Coach soars off into the night, dragging them up and back out the hole. And we are out of initiative. So, somebody give me a perception check. Vila, listening carefully, you can hear Professor Nidrin still fussing at that door over here. Okay, so you're looking cautiously at 9, and 9 is looking with satisfaction at, he's coming over to kind of kick it. Well, is somebody going to dispel that web?
Yeah.
Just drop concentration.
It's not on the, that's because I'm on the dynamic lighting layer. It's definitely not on the dynamic lighting layer. Nope, not that.
Whoa.
Not that. Okay, it's not there. And I will figure out how to truly make it not there later. It's not there. Anyways, so 9's going to come up and sort of kick at the kitty cat a little bit and make sure he's dead.
Do you have anything on him?
Yeah, actually he does. He has got a potion, a pouch of some dust, and a rather heavy pouch that when you look in it, it's got some gold coins. Kind of a lot of them, actually.
Take it all.
Oh, and the Warforged, they're kind of size. Well, step one. Thank you for your help on that. Hope you guys weren't too badly hurt.
What's going on? Do you know? You seem to have a.
I've been after this, this woman, this Ariel Darnell, for 12 years. She stole a crystal skull and killed almost all of my party back in Zendrick.
That's not what happened.
Yeah, that's what 9 says, though. Do I need to make a deception check for 9? I can do that.
No. No.
Oh,
I don't think so.
he says, okay, step 1, I've got her henchman here, but I'm still off to get her. Have a good day, and he's going to head off in order to go brief the faculty on what's happened. But you get the sense that he's
So
kind of
get all
official.
that.
What he's doing is kind of official, and you're probably not going to get any problem from the bodies here. Insight. You totally believe him. Either that or you totally disbelieve him, but it has nothing to do with him. Yes, the bad guys, yes, what Vila said. They grabbed the rope and whooshed out back out the hole through the ceiling.
Sorry about that. I had to take a quick call.
That's fine. Life happens. Mending, you are mending.
The goat?
Fixing up escape.
Right. Okay. So, are you guys going to go up the stairs?
Might as well. That's what we came for.
Are we
Nah,
just
I've had
gonna leave
enough.
these? We're just gonna leave these here for
Well-
Professor Nidrin to come back and see?
Yeah,
They
about
says to the
that I'm
party.
not so sure. I mean, 9 was going off to get some faculty officials and all regarding these raider people.
Maybe just carefully tuck it behind a bookcase or something.
Okay.
Set them in
Behind a
chairs
bookcase.
and slumped over the desk like they're studying. Fell asleep.
Let's put them on ice. I'll put them both on ice.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what color
They
are
shall be consumed.
Rakshasa's blood?
I have no
It's
idea. Ungus?
not normal.
It isn't. Ooh. I can see I need to learn a lot more about those.
They are devils.
Yeah, they're fiends.
Are they really? Are they really?
Mm-mm.
How did I not recognize that? Let me
I'll
see.
try to help you frost a few of these guys. Well, there's 2 of them. I don't know. Whatever.
What? So is
They're all
it black?
frozen.
Oh yeah, it is.
Black
It's a
blood?
medium fiend.
It's like almost like Ichor. It's just
Ew.
Black.
Yeah. You're gonna want to get that
Yeah.
off your carpet.
I was gonna say, I was like, well, at least the blood won't look too bad on the carpet, but the Rakshasas.
Oops.
No, it's a red carpet. Yep. Okay, so you go up. You go up, and you're approaching the door. Who's gonna try the door?
Should we dispel the magic here too? Trying to set off any alarms.
At this point, maybe you just knock. Or do you want to try to break in? Because, I mean, aren't we coming here because this is where this person lives?
Yep.
Oh,
This creature,
Knock on the door.
yes.
And you hear a voice.
Faye starts to knock, kind of pulls back, and then knocks on the door.
Well, come in if you're going to.
Reluctantly opens the door.
And the door was not
Enters.
locked.
black screen.
Jinx. Jinx, you'll be inspiration.
We figured it out.
That's a dark room.
I've got like one sliver that I can see. Nice triangle of color. One a little bit in the corner too.
Is it better now?
Not here. No, still black for me.
Ugh. All right, let me see your settings. Oh, I didn't hit OK. Now?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
I love that. Oh.
Okay. Now there's one thing you're going to
I don't
have
know what I'm
to
looking at.
engage in a little pretend. So the apex of the
Oh, good.
dome is solid rosewood with a steel-paned window showing a magnificent view of Sharn. Entering the chamber, you see the Sphinx Flamewind resting atop a dais adorned with pillows. She has the body of a lion with black and orange striped fur, and the neck and head of a female elf with cream-colored skin and long black hair. Her wings, also black, rest folded on her back. But this was the best image I could find. So, anyways.
And so sipping a cup of coffee.
And sipping a
Or
cup
tea.
of coffee. And she looks at you. And she looks at each of you. Faye, Ungus, Amos, Vila, Brandy, and Arlic, and I forgot to have Kali in the fight with you. Oops, and Kali too.
She's had a rough go of it.
Do I know how to address her? Like from knowing the college? Do I know if I have to like, be honorifics or polite or what?
Just the only thing, you don't know of any titles, you only know just be respectful, whatever that means.
Don't spit on the floor.
Argus tries to adjust his bow tie.
She does have an imposing presence, and as she named each of you, she looked almost through you.
Faye sheepishly says, "Greetings, Flamewind."
So you're here. Together you've traveled far and faced many hardships. Are you strong enough on your own to find the truth of the Draconic Prophecy? Accept my challenge and I will tell you.
Suppose we don't have
I like
other
a
choice.
challenge.
Bring it.
2 of you shall duel until there is a victor. And she points one claw over at Vila and another claw over at Arlic.
And this would prove what?
It would tell me something about you I do not know. She gestures to the center of the room, in front of the dais, and looks expectantly at you. Are either of you, let's see.
So who was gestured at? Arlac and who?
Vila.
Vila.
Let me pick
Got it.
up. Where's Vila? And Connor. And Arlac. Vila, the claw that is pointing at you kind of turns over and gives sort of a beckoning gesture.
Oh, so then I'll go over to her.
So she touches you, and you feel restored completely. So mechanically, you have your spell slots back, you have your hit points back. Did Connor take? No, Connor doesn't have any damage. Arlek, you used your what did you use in the last fight?
I'll use the first level spell slot.
First level spell slot. Okay. So she'll beckon you over too. Oh, wait. I grabbed you, but I didn't grab escape. Where's escape? Let's try this again. So she'll beckon you over, and both you and escape become fully restored as well. And she sips a cup of her coffee and turns and looks down at her book and just sort of gives a gesture like, you may begin.
So before this happens, Unga says, "This is how we do it in Dwarven kingdoms, but I'm surprised this is how you fancy folk handle your affairs."
She sort of turns and looks and blinks at you and looks back at her book.
I heard that.
I mean, there's only the
About how
two of
far
you,
away
so
is
this
it?
only determines who gets the first swing, or first whatever you're going to do. So, Arlek, what are you going to do?
Arlek will say first blood or unconscious. Which way do you want it?
We're asking the swings, right?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh. Unconscious.
Alrighty then.
Hey, Rocky and Takeover. Welcome.
I'll just make sure that
I got
you're
lost.
prepared. I'll just
Okay.
make sure that you're prepared and then come right at it.
I'll shield.
Okay.
And Escape will just stay by my side. He does not get instructed to do anything.
Brandy's going to cast Fog Cloud right in between. See what that does to her.
So in between the two of you, or in between you two and her?
Between the two combatants.
Okay. She
Just
turns
to
the
see if she
page.
reacts to that.
She turns the page in the book she's reading.
So she doesn't seem to care if we interfere. I'm not really liking this chick much. I'll drop Fog Cloud. Alright, whatever. Fight, guys. I don't care.
When he put up the fog cloud, I moved away 5 feet.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would have left it up long enough for that.
Okay.
And then I'll attack her. You're at. What are you at with that armor? You still have dex, right?
15.
Oh, you're appointed.
So that makes a
17.
17.
Yep.
should have given each of them a bardic inspiration.
I like it.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'll close and attack again.
Ooh.
Oh, can't stop. I can't stop either of those. But I can. I'm gonna go invisible on the first strike.
Oh, which imposes disadvantage on the second.
Alrighty.
Does a 15 get through?
It does, but I'm gonna shield again.
Okay.
So that was still 9.
Oh, and since I had to move up,
Actually, you
close.
can't because you used your reaction to go invisible.
Oh, that's right. So I take a both.
Yep.
Is that
That's it. I stepped away from escape since you moved away.
okay? I'll back up again. So you can attack. Oh, do you want to attack? You don't have to attack.
I will.
And that I'll shield.
No, you still wouldn't be able to. That's still your reaction.
Yeah, it's my turn again though.
Oh, but you're invisible still?
No, I come out of invisibility at the start of my turn, I think.
That's right. You're right.
Let's see. And then I'll attack.
Ooh.
Do you still have HP after that?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. It's your go.
Alrighty. I will close back. Okay, so you've got shield, but I could still attack normally, right? More invisible. Okay.
Ooh.
That's first one, and second one will miss. I guess now escape is even further back.
Now I'm wishing I knew the Pokemon Red and Blue battle music well better. I'd be humming.
And I'm done.
Okay. I will. Yeah, I'll still walk away. Go ahead and attack. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Setting the mood.
Make it flashy.
It's a pretty complex vial piece.
It's magic.
Oh my gosh, I'm a hero point that. 15 for a 6. Oh,
That was just enough.
Yep, and Arlick goes unconscious. Oh, Flamewind takes a deep breath, sets her coffee down, reaches over and touches each of you and restores you back. I can just picture people doing that. And as she touches each of you, she sort of turns to the rest of the group who's been watching this. And she turns to look to the two of you. And she says, "And now you know a little more of the limits of your companions and what they'll do to win. And, Vila, you do get a hero point. Although,
Nice.
we're kind of at the end here, so I don't know what you're going to use it for. But I wondered that at the time, too. But there was a possibility you could have come here earlier. But she looks at each of you again in that gaze that just goes right through you and makes you feel a little uneasy and a little on edge. The Oracle of War has spoken, neither for the first nor the last time. Its tongue speaks the language of the Draconic Prophecy, the riddle of our world. It's your destiny to unravel the verse it has given you. If I read the signs correctly, the fate of the world rests in your hands. The prophecy is serpentine. If you try to pin down meaning in one verse, others are likely to shift. I'll study what you've given me and call for you when I feel it's time for you to act. Until then, you may leave in peace." And she picks up her
Brandy
cup
kind
of
of grins.
coffee
Sorry.
and looks back down at her book and turns the page. Go ahead.
Brandy kind of grins at her description of. He tried to narrow it down to. She kind of likes that. Chuckles a little under her breath.
And so as you leave, as you get downstairs, you'll see that there are some of the Sharn Guard, or whatever it was they were called, are cleaning up the mess. And one is over applying smelling salts to Professor Nidrin.
She never got the door open, I imagine.
She never did get the door open. Yeah, no. And as you head out, but the main door is open, and so you can go out through the main door. You don't have to go back down through the library. And as you leave, the dome of Lareth Hall, let's get back to here, glitters against the night sky. And a cool wind ruffles your clothes and sends a chill down your spine. Flamewind's words echo in your mind. The fate of the world rests in your hands. And it seems destiny has chosen you. But why?
Dun dun dun.
So,
What are the odds?
Gee, I don't know. So, thank you for playing tonight. We'll go through the AR here in just a moment. Thank you for your donations to Extra Life. And for any of the viewers now or on YouTube, there's links down below. Donate lots if you want to play like this too. And I shall say goodnight to the stream, and I'll finish up the paperwork with the players. So good night.
All right. Thanks a lot.